Hey there, KST Army. Adam J. Smith here to take just a minute of your time to tell you that we want your money. Money. We're just three working stiffs with families. We got no advertisers or sponsors, and this podcasting business can get expensive. Hosting, storage, and gear all adds up really quickly, and it just keeps getting pricier. Now, the show is and will always remain 100% free, but if you've enjoyed us in the past and would like to kick a little something back to us, feel like you're buying us a beer, now you can. There are currently 3 ways to do it. We have a donate button on our home on the web. That's historysciencetheater.blogspot.ca. We are also live on Patreon at patreon.com/KST. Or you can even buy yourself a KST t-shirt at redbubble.com/people/Des Shaw. Of course, we love and appreciate every single one of our fans, but if you want to take our relationship to the next level, go to historysciencetheater.blogspot.ca, patreon.com/KST, or redbubble.com/people/Des Shaw, DESSHAW. Thanks for listening, everyone. On to the show.
Welcome to 5, 6, 7, 8. KST's Jericho.
That's awesome. And now we get kicked out of the hotel.
This is 103.
One of those crazy nights. One of those I touch you.
The Silver Mazda appears to have rolled several times before landing on its roof. It is now blocking the southbound lanes of the QE2. 3 men from Edmonton were ejected from the wreck. There's been no update on their condition, but police say that speed and alcohol were factors in the crash. This is Cassius Mills reporting. Here's some brand new music coming at you.
You turn my head, you're being silly. Intense inebriation. When you talk to me, I guzzle down. You make me lazy with all of Kiss Nation. KST, ABCs. All I need is a little education. ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. All I want is a little education. KST.
Well, we've been talking for half an hour now.
Yes,
Bottom line is we're supposed to be doing a review of Crazy Nights because that's the only album.
You've never. That's right. It's a crazy night with Chris Jericho.
God, I got so many Crazy Night stories to tell you guys. I'm so excited about this.
We did a Crazy Nights episode.
We did.
Did you?
We did, but we pulled it because it was so volatile. We got.
So let me ask you this, okay? Because knowing, do you guys hate Crazy Nights?
I did the first time we reviewed it. So.
I'm about,
hates it?
I'm kind of middling on Crazy
Adam's middle,
Nights.
and Des probably just hates it.
No, actually, I have fond memories of
it.
Lee's the Crazy Nights.
Perhaps for all the wrong reasons, but I don't know. Yeah. The first time we did it, like Lee drove around playing it in his car
for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And just got so pissed off.
You were so worked up and pissed off that
why were you pissed off?
I don't know.
Why do people hate Crazy Nights?
It got to a point where I was listening to it over and over again. It was like these lyrics are terrible. This riff is terrible.
But dude, you have to put yourself in 1987. You know,
fair enough. But I had Bon Jovi then.
Yeah, but they had some shitty
Slippery When Wet.
Too.
Slippery When Wet.
That's
right.
Yeah.
And
So you're thinking-
this
you're
felt
thinking-
like a pale comparison.
This is when Kiss, but Kiss was trying to battle back, and
Yeah.
they tried to make a Slippery When Wet.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, right?
Yeah, well, it's very.
This is
apparent.
Paul's plan to make Slippery When Wet. Because if you look at the lineage of Kiss,
Yeah.
much like the greats, Stones, Madonna, they switch with the times.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about, okay, Kiss is a hard rock band in the 70s, and disco comes in, they do I Was Made for Loving You. Guess what? Rod Stewart did Do You Think I'm Sexy?
Yeah.
Stones did Miss You. Do
Yeah.
those bands get as much shit as Kiss did?
Not even
Not even
a
close.
little bit.
Then we go into the metal years, and Kiss is doing fucking pounding metal. They get shit. Then it turns into the glossiness, and they do a Hysteria. They get shit.
Well,
then it gets
hey,
heavy
why
again. They
aren't
do
you
Revenge.
guys
They get
metal
shit.
anymore?
Then it goes to grunge. They do fucking Hate. Carnival Souls. They get shit. They're just evolving to stay alive.
Here's the
Yes.
thing, though. Like Kiss
Right?
Kiss is such an easy target
Yes.
because their lowest common denominator, I guess, is the best way to say it. Like their wide appeal. It's like pro wrestling in a way, right? Like they
Absolutely.
they put on a big
Dude,
they
that-
put on a great big show, and if you don't,
That's a
like,
great point. And if you're a pro wrestling fan, you will die for it.
right.
But you will take a lot of heat.
Yes.
If you're a Kiss fan, you will die for it. But you'll take a lot of heat. And that's there's a lot of similarities between that. Because Kiss and WWE and wrestling, they're not cool.
No,
You know, we
even
went,
when they're cool, they're not.
they're not cool.
Yeah.
We went to the bar tonight, you know, Bruno Mars comes on. Everyone loves Bruno Mars. You know, I love Bruno Mars, but 5 years from now,
Who the fuck
Bruno
is Bruno Mars?
might be around, but the whole contemporaries will not be around.
No.
We're talking 40 fucking years of Kiss, okay? There is no band besides the Stones. You could probably say the Who, because they're still the Who.
Maybe Aerosmith.
Hey, they're coming.
Aerosmith.
They're coming here celebrating their 50th.
But what I'm saying is it's very rare.
Yeah.
50 years and 40 years. And you can say whatever you want. That's why I love it. Kiss sucks, and fuck Kiss, and Paul Stanley this, and Gene Simmons that. I don't care. Because there's no band in the world that's lasted as long.
Right?
That has the appeal, and we talked about earlier, that can last when we're dead. Because now it's not Paul and Gene and Ace and Peter, Paul and Gene, whatever. It's Starchild,
Yeah.
Demon,
Yeah.
Spaceman, Catman.
Yeah.
We could play those roles. If
Right.
if Gene and Paul said, okay, Lee, Dez, Chris, and Adam, you guys got to be in Kiss, we put the makeup on, and I'm the Starchild.
Yeah.
Well, you're not the real Star. Yes, I am, because I'm the Starchild.
I-
Same way that, okay, Sean Connery's James Bond, and so is Roger Moore, and so is Daniel Craig,
So
and
is
so is Timothy Dalton.
George Lazenby.
So is
George
George
Lazenby,
Lazenby.
yeah.
Good call,
Yeah.
sir. You're not the real James Bond. Yes, I am. I'm James Bond. Say what you want.
This never happened to the other guy.
I'm the fucking
Yeah.
Starchild, right? I'm Batman. What's Ben Affleck? It's fucking Adam West. It's Michael Keaton. It's George Clooney. It's Val Kilmer. It's Batman.
Yeah.
So we were talking earlier, like Kiss is the one band that can do this.
Yeah.
And how apropos is that? Because they're the one band that did whatever they wanted. You talk to Paul in 1973, people were laughing at Kiss. Laughing.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's like to be laughed at when you're trying to do something on a stage? It's really...
Sure, I know.
And they just took it, right?
Because they had a vision,
Yeah.
right?
And they knew that they would rise above that.
Right. They knew they would rise to it. They knew they really could do it. They're gonna rise. They're gonna rise. Right, yeah. Oh,
And you talk about being against all odds. Like 1987, it's not cool to be into Kiss.
Right.
Oh,
1987 is probably
1987.
not even cool to be in Kiss.
Yeah.
Because things are rough, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you call it the episode Crazy Nights, or you could call it like a series of unfortunate events. Because things are not going well.
Lemony Snicket
I
there,
mean, Kiss probably peaked 2 times in the 80s. 84
Yeah.
and 88.
Yeah.
Right? Smashes, Thrashes.
Right.
And
Smashes was huge
Animalize.
for them.
It was like a double platinum album.
Which really
It was
surprised
big
me,
time.
because
Well,
I didn't-
they had a risque song, right? X and sex.
Well,
or
it's
was
the
it just
compilation.
the bringing back of all those old tunes?
Right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
it was-
X and
it was a
Sex
part
was
of it,
the
right?
the carryover.
Well,
there.
you watch the music video, and it's like, who's making headlines with risque videos? You got
I love
Madonna
that
doing
song,
all that
by the way.
shit,
I think it's so well put
and
together.
Robert Palmer and whatever.
Yeah, you're
else.
But I
right.
mean, business-wise,
Yeah.
Asylum underperforms. It's a
Yeah.
gold record, not platinum.
Yeah.
Like Lick It Up.
Yeah.
And
Or
Animalize
Animalize.
too, right? Yeah.
You know, it undersold.
Which it's we can't explain because if you're talking about those 3 singles from Asylum, they're great songs.
They really are.
The 3 videos,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it didn't sell.
It was
Also,
a stab they could
continue.
take. and
Right.
It didn't.
But Crazy
didn't work.
Night.
So, but what I'm and first of all, just to go on what you were saying, Des, is that they had to take a chance to be in Kiss in '72, and they got laughed at, but they persevered. Same thing in '87. To be in Kiss, it's almost a joke, but yet they're still there, and they still just when you think it's over, they put out Exposed, which no one had. The funny guy from Jekyll and Hyde, whatever it's called,
Rockin'
Mr.
from Fridays. And,
Right,
Yeah.
and it's funny, like the Paul Stanley workout, and
That was my first real exposure to Kiss.
Yes.
Kiss Exposed.
Do you eat
right?
meat? Only
A lot
when
of
it's
people-
fresh.
Yeah.
So
Do you
what
eat
you
meat?
want for Christmas?
Only when it's
I think
fresh.
I
We know that's cheesy, but it's
Boing.
funny. Yeah, boing,
Yeah.
right. So in '87, and from what I understand, '86 comes out. Paul goes, "We need to kick ass on this next record.
Yeah.
Who can we hire? We don't want Ezrin. We don't want
Kramer.
Kramer.
Yeah.
We don't want Pontia. We want somebody that's hot."
Well, and here's the thing too: is they were fizz-ucked too, right? Because Marks and Glickman just fucked them.
Financially?
Yeah. Like a couple of months before this, like before the album came out, Paul was talking to Keith Richards, and Keith was like, "Oh, so you know, I had the opportunity to buy like all your shit, right?"
What? I didn't know that. So Marks and Glickman put their publishing up on the
Seriously,
market?
like an old
Like
McCartney,
not just
Jackson
the publishing,
thing.
Right.
But like a whole fucking warehouse, like all the gear, all the instruments, all the little
Kidding?
stage
The
shows.
gear? So behind their back, and this is Kiss even,
Yeah.
one of the biggest bands of the 70s, and still an entity that can do 8,000 in an arena, average.
Yeah.
And they're still getting fucked over?
Fucked.
Ladies and
right
gentlemen,
out the
that
ass.
is the reality of the music business.
Right?
Right there. To this
Well,
day
we're
and
kind of
age.
cutting to the chase then about them, you know, firing Marks and Glickman,
Yeah.
and then ending up in like 3 years of litigation. It didn't end until July 1990, right? And they fired them midway through the Crazy Nights tour,
Wow.
and they settled out of court for a cash settlement.
So they got paid
So
on top of everything
you
else.
think about who's guilty in that. Like, what the fuck?
Wow. But the bottom line was that Paul, I say Paul, I'm sure there was other people involved, but to me Paul ran that show. And
At
I
this
think,
time, Kiss was Paul Stanley.
and I think
band.
Paul will pretty
Like,
much say that. We all know that Paul
Yeah,
was
yeah.
running the show.
Yeah.
So Paul says,
Gene was off doing fucking
right, and didn't
you
care.
know,
And, you know, we know
Miami Vice.
I had, you know, talk-
Sable.
John Sable freelance.
yeah, we just found out he was in some kind of it was a Sable, some kind of a pilot. For
He
some
was
show.
he was a Olympian athlete
was based on
slash
Sable?
big game
Yeah.
hunter
Right.
slash
It was based off a
children's
comic book, right?
author.
Pulp comic book.
And he didn't get it because they said he was too paunchy.
Yeah.
So
ABC loved the
Vinny
pilot.
Ponchia. What?
Anybody but Gene.
Right.
Vinny Ponce, he comes
So,
into the story too in
but
'87 as well.
But point being though is that Paul says, you know, I'm taking control as usual. Because Gene wasn't even playing bass. Bruce played bass. Bruce told me, Bruce, you know how to play my bass parts better than I do. You play the bass. Done. So it's basically Bruce and Paul working together.
The story is it's essentially like this is what what's his name, Ron Nevison said as well. Is like every day Bruce and Paul were there. Eric was
Right.
there
To do
many
his
days.
tracks.
Bruce was there, or Gene was there sometimes, mostly reading Variety in the back room.
Wow.
I get the feeling that Gene was there to sing his vocals.
Right.
And that's probably about it. I would wonder if Gene even played bass on Crazy Nights.
Officially,
Yeah.
officially, Gene played bass on all the tracks. Bruce
Reality.
played on Hell or High Water.
Yeah.
Just one song.
That's it.
Bullshit. I don't buy it.
Right?
Wow.
I don't buy that
Wow.
Gene played bass on all those tunes. Because I think at this point Paul was like, fuck Gene. Because Paul even said on my show, the problem I had with Gene in the 80s is that I'm doing all the work, I'm writing all the hits,
Yeah.
and I'm still splitting 50-50 with the other co-owner of the band.
Right.
Who's
But
not
the thing
doing anything.
is,
So
in
now it becomes a
87
financial thing. Not to interrupt you, Adam, but as we know, when money starts coming in, it's not just goodwill. Now you're making the same as me, and I'm doing all the work. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
In 87, though, Peter was still getting paid. He had
Really?
a third share of the band.
That was the year that he got bought out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
87?
87.
Was Ace already bought out?
Ace was bought out
Oh,
ages
when he-
before.
when
But
he
Peter
quit,
had been
when he
gone
left.
for 6 years.
And
But
still
he
getting
held.
paid.
He somehow held on to his share all the way up to 87.
Because that was probably all that
technically
was keeping
supposed
him
to be getting
afloat.
paid, but the bills were always late.
right.
So
yeah.
then 87, he comes knocking, he wants this big payout.
And they pay him out, and they're
And
like,
Vinny Ponce shows up again too.
"Really?
Yeah. Suing them for unpaid royalties.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're getting hit from all areas.
Right?
And also they took the year off to wait for Nevison. So
Yeah.
that cost them money
Who was
as
he
well.
was he working with Ozzy at the
He
time?
was working.
Did he do Ultimate
Ozzy
Sin?
before.
He did
That was
Yeah,
Ozzy
Ultimate Sin,
before.
yeah.
He had Ozzy and Hart,
Heart.
Right.
and I'm not sure who he worked with in between. But Paul and Ron Nevison spent the holidays together.
You're gonna come over here and do my album.
Well, see, Ron Nevison rented this like cabin for the holidays for him and his girlfriend, and then the girlfriend dumped him. And so he he asked Paul, "Hey, you want to come hang out with me for 2 weeks in the holidays?" And so they did, and they hung out, and they
Wow.
I got this great idea for an album. It's called Crazy Nights.
And Gene didn't want to work with Nevison because of horror stories that he heard from Ozzy about what a nightmare it was to work with him.
Really?
So-
Was he a dick?
I don't know.
Perfectionist.
I don't know.
again. I mean, this is Ozzy in the middle.
Maybe it's Ozzy, maybe it's Nevison.
Because
I
to
don't
me,
know.
like, here's the thing. Like, as a longtime Ozzy fan, now once again, Scott Ian hates me for this as the watermark. Sabbath, yeah, Sabbath is great. To me, I'm an Ozzy guy.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys when I go see Ozzy, I hate it when he plays Iron Man and War Pigs and fucking Paranoid, because I'm
I
there
want to
to
hear
see-
Blizzard of Oz.
I'd rather
man.
hear SATO, or I'd rather
Yeah.
hear Never Know Why, or Desire, or fucking Fire in the Sky, or whatever. Whatever you
Sure.
want.
Hit
Give
me
me
with
something.
more tears.
Give
Right
me an
on.
Ozzy song.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about that, I like Ultimate Sin. I think it's a really good record. And if Paul maybe heard that, and that's why he's waiting for Ron, or what was it? What heart was it? Bad Animals that he did, or was it? What About Love? 85.
No, it would've been-
85.
Whatever that album was called.
Yeah.
Was that called just Heart? I think.
I think
it's
it was
Heart,
just called
Yeah,
Heart,
it's
yeah.
a self-titled.
So Paul waited for
which
Ron.
was a huge fucking record. I mean, it's
Well,
a huge.
because
beyond
he-
huge.
he-
Yeah.
I mean, in Paul's mind, they needed a Ron Nevison. They needed someone to push them over the edge.
In
right?
our mind, they did. They needed something special.
yeah,
Right? Now, as we get further into this, I have some insight from Paul on some of the things that we're going to talk about. But I think, because if you're looking at 1987, what was popular at the time, there is 3 songs at the minimum of
Did you
Crazy
make your
Nights
list?
I've got the top 5
That-
for March
that
85.
should have been, could have been, would have been monster hits. But I think, and I live this every day with my band, or with my world of being in the WWE, there was a prejudice against Kiss because they're Kiss. Because you cannot
That's
tell me...
always true. That's the one thing Kiss always comes up against, right?
Always.
Yeah, they're Kiss.
Because you can't tell me...
They're
and-
those makeup assholes.
Right.
They were
They're the
right.
makeup guys with no credibility. Because you like I listened to I listened to Crazy Nights today coming here. Because you said have you been doing your homework? Like, yeah, for the last 27 years. I know Crazy Nights in the back of my head, but I listened to it again today, and there are once again 3 songs in there that could have, should have been massive at that time. And Reason to Live is
Right.
number 1. And
There
Turn
is
on
no reason.
Turn on the Night is fucking better than Living on a Prayer.
You just went off on that, like in some kind of media, someplace. I can't remember
Really?
where it
Yeah,
was.
maybe
You were
just- I think it's
why
when-
wasn't this? Why wasn't this a hit? It
Here's
just
what
doesn't
I
make
like
any
to do
fucking
this.
sense.
When I'm at home at night, when I'm at home, my kids go to bed, and my wife goes to bed, whatever, I stay up because I don't need to sleep. For whatever reason, 25 years of
One of
doing
those
what I do.
guys, yeah.
I will go on YouTube and I'll watch, I've told you this, Adam, I'll watch Kiss videos in chronological order. And I'll go back to where does it start? Does it start, I was made for loving you and sure know something? Okay, that's...
Are those actual videos?
To me they are, and I'll start
Their
there.
promotion of their...
And I'll go through chronological order. And I tell you what, when I get to fucking Crazy Nights, like if you watch them all, some are okay, some are good. You get to Reason to Live and Turn on the Night. Turn on the Night, why? This is fucking great.
Yeah.
Turn on the Night is a great song that no one knows.
One of our oldest fans was in the video for Turn on the Night.
Because it was a live thing.
Yeah, he was there that night.
And
was
it's
that?
so good. The verse
that-
is so good.
Was that Space Bear? No.
Space Bear, you fucking got it right.
Did
nice
I?
memory.
Thank you. That guy? Space Bear
Point
was in
being,
the
if you
video?
can translate, like you guys are 40,
40.
Yes.
40, and 40.
We'll be 40 next year.
Okay, so you're 39. You're the baby.
I'll be 41 in a couple of
I'm
weeks.
44. So we're in the same world, but 44, like 4 years older.
Yeah.
So that puts me in 87 Crazy Nights. I'm 16.
I'm like 12.
Because I was born in November.
Right, yeah.
So to me, I was a metal fucking master. I loved heavy metal, and once again, I loved Kiss. And when I heard Crazy Nights, and we'll get into this, once again, Paul's songs are all, to me, great. But Turn on the Night, like that song, like Thrills of the Night to me was the same. Thrills of the Night and Turn on the Night both should have been huge fucking hits. I went and saw Cheap Trick at the Commodore Ballroom in Vancouver on the Woke Up with a Monster tour. They had a song called Never Knew I Had It. I think, never knew I had it until I gave it away. And Rick Nielsen came up to the mic beforehand and said, this should have been a huge hit, but somebody fucked up. And I'll never forget
That's
that
Turn
quote.
on the Night, right?
And I
Yeah.
think the same thing about Reason to Live, and especially Turn on the Night.
To me, it's Reason to Live in particular.
I agree.
Like,
I
I mean,
agree, yeah.
compare it to Forever. I mean, Forever is a great track, but I mean, compare it to Every Time I Look at You.
That doesn't rate to me. That song never
Right?
worked for me.
It's like
It didn't
you're
work
not
for
even in the
anybody.
It never worked. But even I listen to it now, trying to like it, I just don't get it. I
Right.
don't understand how it works.
Yeah.
Forever, classic.
Yeah.
Reason to Live, classic.
Absolutely.
Like I listen to it, and there's nothing that.
But what about
keeps
Nothing
that
Can
from-
Keep Me From You?
Another one. Just nothing.
You just shut up.
Yeah, shut mouth, you. That's
It's
what
like
Liger,
every time I look at you.
that's what
it's-
Liger said to me when Liger in New Japan.
Yeah, yeah.
I was talking shit to him in some match. He said, "Shut mouth, you." So there you go. Nothing there. Shut mouth, you.
Yeah.
I asked Paul this. And once again, I have some insight with Paul Stanley, my close personal friend. As I take a drink. Can I have a cigarette and a holder, please? I said to him,
He's got one.
I
Brings it
literally
all out
said
in a
to
silver
dude,
platter.
you sound. Here's what you sound like, Lee. You sound like Frankie Bello imitating Paul Stanley.
Oh,
Silver platter. Frankie Bello has the best / worst Paul Stanley ever. We sent ourselves messages and laughing, and it's so bad. Anyways, I said to Paul, why wasn't Turn on the Night a bigger hit? He said, Turn on the Night, Reason to Live, and he mentioned Every Time I Look at You. He said, because radio stations were prejudiced against Kiss.
Yeah.
We're not playing Kiss. Why not? Because it's
'Cause
Kiss.
they're Kiss,
We don't
yeah.
like them. He said in 87, he said half the radio programmers still thought we wore makeup. They didn't even know. They didn't know what they thought Lick It Up, Heaven's on Fire, that's makeup. This is so passé.
Yeah.
We look like Def Leppard. We sound, to me, better than them, but nobody would play it because it was Kiss. If they would have changed it to Stanley and the fucking Parrots,
The Paul Stanley
the
band.
Paul Stanleys from Winnipeg, Manitoba, by the way, the best Kiss tribute record. We're all 4 guys dressed like Paul Stanley. Shout out to them. He said because they were prejudiced against Kiss. And you know what? Listening to those tunes and what was going on, I believe it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
so you get to the meat of the track by track of this.
Tail of the tape first.
First
Tail
of all,
of the
give us the
tape.
tail of the tape. That's what I love about KST.
The tail
And the
of the
last time you
tape.
guys did a live, you didn't do the track by track, and I was so disappointed.
I know. It was Chikara. It was a
No,
weird
it was a
episode.
live. You guys didn't do it
Oh
for live.
yeah. I took notes for that, but I was
not happy. So, give us the rundown. I love this shit. What was the top 5 and blah, blah, blah.
Crazy Nights released September 14th or 21st,
Wow.
depending on who you listen
Right.
to.
I've seen both as well.
I don't know.
Is that just a regional thing?
It's just
between
weird.
Like in Canada
Every
versus US?
time-
Like
every
what?
Every
time we
time
do one
we
of these
look up a
things.
date, we get like
Every
2 or
time I
3.
look up at you, Can I just say this right now? I'm like so pumped to be doing this to you guys. 'Cause in my mind, as I told you, I ride my bike 10 miles every day, and I always listen to you guys. And right now, like I'm riding my bike, but yet I'm in it. I'm living it. I'm actually here.
And drinking at the same time. Produced by Ron Nevison, engineered by Ron Nevison, assisted by Toby Wright, who comes into the story later, of course.
Nice.
Right, recorded spring 1987 at One on One Recording in North Hollywood.
Not just one-on-one. They recorded in.
Yeah, they did engineering.
They
and
recorded
stuff.
They recorded in the.
Oh, there you
Here
go.
we go.
Is it okay? Can I do this?
Yep.
Are we gonna get
Hell
sued?
yeah.
Are we too far under the radar to get sued?
We
I don't know.
We just steal everything from everybody anyway. Doesn't matter.
They also recorded at. So they recorded at One-on-One Studios, Rumbo Recorders, and Can-Am Recorders.
Rumbo was always a big one in the 80s. I remember
It's
reading
a
that
great
a lot
drum.
of.
That's what they
Great drum
say.
room.
Is it was like.
Can I just say this too? Like as I'm recording this, both Dez and Adam have notebooks that you would have in school. Yeah, with the logo on it.
He's got the official KST
but-
notebook.
Yeah, but the notes are meticulous, which I love. You guys really need your research.
Yeah, these two guys do the research. I mediate and throw out questions and throw them off.
These
You
two guys
show
do,
up and drink my fucking beer. Is what you do.
These two guys do research. Me and Lee show up and bust their balls and drink their fucking alcohol.
Yay.
Right on.
Right on.
More cheers, more beers, eh? Okay, so cheers. Okay, so Rumbo. Okay.
And Phil Ashley on keyboards.
Yes, indeed.
Right?
Wow, not Derek Sherinian.
No, not until the tour. Singles Crazy Nights back with No No No, released in September 1987. Peaked at number 65 with 7 weeks on the charts.
That's not very good, right?
But it reached number 37 on the rock charts on Billboard.
Where was it in England? It was a huge hit in England, right?
It made number
the album
4.
was number 4.
Wow. Okay.
That's why we got a lot of feedback originally about just
People in England love
People
Crazy
in England,
Nights.
yeah.
Just like they, you know what? Here. Let me just interrupt for 1 second. Crazy Nights in England is akin, good word, to Shandy in Australia.
Very much.
It is.
Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that more later. Reason to Live, back with Thief in the Night, was released in November 87, what am I saying?
Right.
Peaked at number 64 on Billboard's
So
Top
Crazy
List.
Nights and Reason to Live were the same charting.
Pretty much.
Actually, Reason to Live hit actually slightly higher on the mainstream rock chart. It hit up to number 34 instead of number 37.
Still not anywhere where it should have been,
Really?
right? Let's be
But,
honest.
you know.
And then the third single, Turn on the Night, backed with Hell or High Water, was released in April 1988, and it didn't even chart.
That's fucked up, man.
Went nowhere.
April of '88. I was in high school about to graduate, and there was like, okay, so you're talking about Women, Animal by Def Leppard.
Love.
What's the third single from Whitesnake '87? It's not Still the Night. It's not Here I Go Again. What's the third one? Give Me All Your Love.
Sounds right.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You tell me Give Me All Your Love is better than Turn on the Night? Not even fucking close.
I can't even think of how that song goes at the moment.
Give me all your love tonight.
Oh.
Give me anything I want. Give me all of your love tonight. It's like it's generic.
Def Leppard is such a chick band.
But that was Whitesnake. So even
fucking
worse.
God damn it.
Yeah.
But this, like, they did the video, but they didn't support it. They didn't play it live.
Turn on the Night? Never.
Well, there's so many machinations behind the scenes of that. Like talking about this.
It's
When you're saying it didn't even chart, that's some chicanery behind the scenes. Good word, chicanery. Because it's a great tune. I mean,
opposed to
tell me,
shenanigans.
shenanigans, right? I'm 17 at the time, or am I 16? I'm 17. I'm graduating high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Seventh Son had just come out. That's the record. But fucking the songs that we're talking about were just as valid as. Remember Robert Plant, Tall Cool One?
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Turn of the Night is a million times better than that. I think there's some.
And that song was everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like, I remember that when
Everywhere.
that came out. It was just like...
And you're talking about the other big band at the time was In Excess.
With
Kick.
Kick?
Kick.
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
wicked record.
It's a wicked record.
It's a
But
wicked
if you're
record.
talking about a song like not Mystify, Give and Pay, Down and That, Mediate.
Yeah, Mediate.
That was all over the place. Turn on the Night's better than Mediate. But it's Kiss.
I disagree.
Well,
I'm-
that's okay to disagree. But what I'm saying, as a rock and roll fan, you can admit that if we play both songs, you go, they're both good songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's not bad. This one's not a classic. But for some
was a
reason,
hit.
Turn on the Night didn't get any traction. You know,
Because, like, it's 1987 and it's Kiss.
it's 88
right?
at that point.
88.
It's
Sure.
Kiss.
Either
Anyone
way, though.
Sweet, hit. Pat Benatar, all fired up, hit. That song fit right in with it. Nothing.
And Pat Benatar is like right the same period as Kiss, right?
Right, but Pat's the chick. I don't know. Like I said, I always felt, and once again, I get this with Fozzy. Oh, Fozzy, that's the wrestler band. It sucks. Have you heard it? No. Okay. Turn on the Night. Oh, it's Kiss. It sucks. Did you listen? No. And that's kind of the world that you live in when you get into show business and you're known for one thing, even if
Yeah.
it's Kiss.
They're that goddamn makeup band.
Right, and this,
Yeah.
what they got in makeup? What do you mean? You didn't see it 5 years ago when the whole world was talking about it?
Right.
So,
It's fucked up. It's like
because they spent, here's the thing, did you guys read that book, Kiss and Tell? Kiss and Sell?
Kiss
Oh,
and
Kiss
Sell.
Yeah,
Kiss and
yeah.
Sell.
C.K. Lent, Chris Lent.
Best book.
Wow, this
Talks about how Kiss was forced to do a record every year, which they did at the time,
Yeah.
to help pay off the merchandise advances that they got from Winterland.
they were doing like the rock star equivalent of living check to check, basically.
Right.
They were like
They had
indentured
to.
servants,
Right.
really, at the end of the day.
Winterland pays us $2 million for merch.
Yeah.
Okay, so to pay off Winterland, we have to go on tour. So to
Yeah.
go on tour, we have to put a record.
Yeah.
And once again, ask Paul about this. Isn't it funny how every September there was a new Kiss record? He said, yeah, it wasn't really funny at all. It's because we had to
That's
put
what-
a record to
Yeah.
make our advance, to pay off the money we owed Winterland, to keep them paying us money to go on tour.
Exactly.
Because it wasn't artistic, it was survival.
Until you hire a bootlegger to do your fucking merchandise for you. Oh my god, dude. That's fucking scary.
Was that Crazy Nights when they had the bootlegger doing the merchandise?
They talked to like somebody at Run Creatures, I think.
Creatures, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
He came into the office. He had like a piece on him too, like a real fucking. Yeah.
So let me just set the tone. So I used to go to this record store called Records on Wheels in Winnipeg. I'd take the bus down there, and that was the place where I discovered Metallica, Anthrax, Lizzie Borden. I've heard Caught Somewhere in Time by Maiden first time. I go down to the record store, walk inside, huge posters everywhere. And when I say huge, if I stand up, if I'm almost 6 feet tall, it's taller than me. Of
Right.
Crazy Nights.
Those great big doors
Yes.
posters, right?
You walk
Yeah.
in and, and this is something that a lot of people listening might not understand, but back in the day, a record store was the musical information center of the universe.
Watch High
Sound
Fidelity.
Connection by our high school. Des and I would go every day.
Yeah.
When
Sound
you just said,
Connection.
Lee, watch High Fidelity.
Yeah.
We're making jokes, but the record store was you'd meet friends,
Yeah.
you would learn about bands, you could go
Yeah.
hang out there if you were a misfit and didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
You could look through the records, whatever. And Kiss, I'll never forget this, Kiss, Crazy Nights. And I was like, wow.
Was it the big cracked mirror? In the
It was,
cover?
they didn't show the guys, but it was a cracked, it was almost like Paul's Ibanez Iceman
Right on,
guitar.
right.
Like
Yeah.
that thing, Kiss, Crazy Nights. Whatever the date was, September
21st or 14th.
9.14.87. Or 88, 87?
87.
Yeah.
So there was a buzz, and I remember like, hey, when's the new Kiss record? Or, like, okay, it's coming up this day. Like, okay, whatever. Yeah, here's a flyer, and they gave me a flyer, which I posted on my wall at my room. That was for the gig, Kiss Crazy Nights tour, March something 1988, Anthrax. So the gig was booked before the album
March
came out.
5th.
Yeah.
March 5th. So you know what we're talking about, March something.
Yeah.
Kiss, Crazy Nights, September 87. Here's your flyer for the gig, March 88. So now I'm already flipping out because Kiss is coming. And they hadn't been since Animalized for us. I don't know if they came in Edmonton.
It's the same here, yeah.
Yeah, they
yeah.
did.
Kiss in there, was it, what year is that?
This is
That is
That's the review.
that is the
This is the
review
review
for Crazy
of
Nights.
the Edmonton
Right.
March
Crazy
9th,
Nights.
1988.
So they skipped Canada, or our area, Edmonton, Calgary, Winnipeg, Prairies, for Asylum.
Yeah.
So when I
Toronto,
got
Montreal.
when I got my little leaflet of, I'll never forget, Kiss Crazy Nights, this is the tour, I'm like, I'm buying this album the moment it comes out because I want to see the show, and this is Kiss. They did things different back then. I know we sound like old fucking assholes, but to get a flyer of the band coming to town and seeing the record release poster a month, like, dude, who plans like that nowadays?
Nobody.
They planned.
You put out a tweet and it's already
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
They planned out, here's the record release, and here's the tour. So give them the posters and the leaflets, so when kids walk in the door, guilty as charged, I get to see the poster of the album and the flyer for the gig.
You're sucked in. for
Dude,
the
I'm
tour
buying this,
already.
like, hey Dad, I need to borrow, I want to see Kiss. When is it? 6 months from now? Oh, we'll get you. No, I gotta go.
No,
I got
no.
here's tickets on
You
sale,
don't
Ticketmaster.
understand. Yeah.
It's huge. They're getting you personally involved.
Right.
Right?
And
Yeah.
that's Kiss, the marketing machine. Bill Aucoin would do this, and Casablanca Records, and Neil Borger. And here we are in '87, whatever, were they on Polygram, whatever it was.
Polygram,
I'm
yeah.
not sure who was behind that, but I know for a fact, in Winnipeg, 1987, I got the hard sell. I'm buying the record,
Wow.
and I'm buying a ticket. So to me, Crazy Nights was an event record because I was anticipating it for a month. Well, let's say it was a month. Maybe it was 2 months, but I'm anticipating it, and I've got to go see the show. So I'm done. I'm sold.
Yeah. You're the target demographic.
Yes.
You're in the sights.
Yes. Here's if I had
In the sights
$20
of
bucks.
Love Gun.
No. Yeah.
As we're hearing that right now. As we're hearing that now, he's been bang banged.
Right there. I was banged you.
He was bang banged.
So to me, I'll never forget. And that's when you guys hadn't done Crazy Nights. I'm excited with this because to me, Crazy Nights more than any other Kiss record was the event album.
That was
Kiss.
your Kiss
Right.
album.
That was my event.
Much like, I mean, like me and Dez, Hot in the Shade is our
Okay.
Kiss album, right?
Right.
Because we were like
And we
16.
get shit on that.
People hate
constantly.
that album.
They do.
Right.
They hate that album. But
See,
other
for
than
me,
that,
it's a live 3 because that was the first Kiss album I could buy. It
That was
brand new
yours,
release.
yeah.
I got the poster at HMV and with
Yeah, that
Gene
record's a
spitting
piece of
fire and with the logo and everything on it. It was
Smashes Thrashes with fucking laugh track.
you know what bugged me about Kiss Live 3 was there was no announcement at the beginning. You wanted the
that's
best, you wanted the
right.
best. Nothing.
I just wanted them
that
to.
really bugged me, man. I just I just didn't
But they
understand it.
weren't, though.
I know, but still something. Guns N' Roses. Here's Guns N' Roses in '87. We saw them.
You want the best?
Well,
they couldn't
ain't
fucking
here.
make
Here's
it.
Guns N' Roses.
Awesome. It was a great fucking opening. Right? It was classic.
And the other one, a year later, opening for Maiden, Seventh Son. Of all the bands in the world, here's one of them. Guns N' Roses.
Seriously?
Yes.
Wow.
But yeah, man. So
They opened for Maiden and
yes,
the
in
Seventh Son?
yes, and it was
Yeah.
about 3 months before Sweet Child hit, and there was about 4,000 people in the big arena, which held 12. It was the worst Maiden attendance. I remember going there, going, "Where's
The
everybody?"
Seventh Son?
Yes,
I thought that was kind of a big record.
not in Winnipeg.
Wow.
And that's when I was like, "Fuck!" 3 months later, Guns N' Roses is like Maiden should be opening for them.
Right?
That was hilarious. Tonight I started coat here, like I had a coat. I'm like, that's somewhere in time. Not bad.
That was Bruce's frog outfit.
Yeah, exactly,
Bruce's
right?
the
With the
green
fucking
and the
beating
frog,
heart
yeah.
and shit.
But that's so Kiss related.
Yeah,
Like you walk out on stage with something extra,
right.
which is Kiss's motto.
yeah.
You know, you can talk about Maiden, and Maiden always gives you something extra too, but for me, it was always about Kiss.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. So, anyway, so we're talking about why Crazy Nights wasn't bigger, and the point was, Kiss was, like, once again, Animalized does okay business. Asylum does okay business. Crazy Nights, we need a top seller. They hired Nevison, wait a year, album comes out, chart release is not great.
I mean,
so what were the
it's
top
not
5 at the time?
bad either. Top 5 at the time?
Certified Gold, November 17th, 1987. Certified Platinum, February 18th, 1988.
So it's still platinum, which is huge.
Yeah. The top 5 when they went into the studio were on March 8th, March 14th, 1987. Number 5 is Lean on Me by Club Nouveau.
Shit.
Lean on me
Sorry.
when you're
Oh.
not strong.
Okay. Never mind.
Number 4 is Living on a Prayer,
Okay.
Bon Jovi.
So we're in the wheelhouse now.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Let's Wait a While by Janet Jackson.
Don't even know it.
It's a
Stick a gun in my mouth. I couldn't even hum.
it's a paean to celibacy.
Great call on Payon, by the way. Right?
Number 2 is Somewhere Out There Beneath
The Bible song?
the
Triumph?
pale blue sky.
Yeah, who did that?
What is that?
Linda Ronstadt.
Oh my God.
What? An American Tale.
Ronstadt had a hit in fucking 1987.
Was it from an American
Number
Tale? From
2
the movie?
hit?
From the animated
Oh,
movie.
that's
indeed.
wow! What a bunch of bullshit.
And the number 1 track of 1987 March 14th is Jacob's Ladder by Huey Lewis
and the
Step
News.
by step, one by one. And that's all I know
Higher
that.
and higher.
Wow! What a bunch of fucking shit.
Right?
I mean, Love and Prayer I'll go with. The rest I don't even know.
Wow.
Wow.
I honestly, like, most of the songs I didn't even know until I looked them up on YouTube.
So let's go one step further. I was a subscriber to Circus magazine for many years. Shout out to Circus, which you probably don't know what that is, but at the time that was the information.
the
rag.
only metal
Yeah.
magazine.
Is it still around or is it gone?
No, it's gone. The point being is they were talking about the title of the new Kiss record,
Yeah.
which I remember there was 2 of them. One was
Who Dares?
Who Dares Wins, and the other was Condemnation.
Condemnation.
Awesome.
Condemnation.
It's
Which
awesome.
Paul says was, like, not so much a title, but a funny thought that crossed everybody's mind.
So yeah, we're not talking about
Throwing song titles like assume the position.
that was the song title for which song?
That was no.
Yeah.
No, wasn't that one Down on All Fours?
Yeah, down on all fours.
Down on all
Or
fours!
assume the position.
Okay, we'll get to that. So I am a kid with Circus magazine. Okay, the new Kiss record's called Who Dares Wins.
Yeah.
And I was like, Condemnation. I've never used the condom. I would love to, but I don't know any girls that want to fucking bang me. But that's a pretty dumb title.
Yeah.
So then it comes out and it's Crazy Nights.
Crazy Nights.
Yeah.
All right. And the cover, kind of weird. It's kind of like Asylum with the 4 guys.
It's better than Asylum.
And if you want to see Eric Carr, you have to turn it upside down.
Right.
And
Yeah, Eric
that's
kind of
right.
got fucked on that one.
Every
Eric
time.
was slowly getting fucked. I think,
Every
just
time.
Well,
as
Paul
things
gave
get
the idea to Dennis Walsh, right? He had
Right.
to somehow make.
Who's Dennis Walsh?
He was
Art
like
director?
yeah, art director, and he's like it just
His idea was we'll break a mirror and have one guy in every corner.
It's a good idea.
It was Paul's
It
idea.
really
but
is. Like,
Dennis-
I mean, I can see, like, but I mean, it's a good idea for a title, for a cover album.
Smashing
right?
the mirrors.
Yeah,
Okay, right.
yeah, it
But
works.
Dennis,
We're breaking the mold. We're going for something.
Dennis,
Ah, yeah, woo!
the first concept he had was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a large amount of pieces of the mirror, just like smash it to pieces and have it all diffracted and all this other stuff.
It was just too complicated.
Yeah, it was too much, and Paul's like, my face isn't big enough, so.
Did you really say that?
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah,
I
Excuse me,
fucking
my
love
face
Paul
isn't
Stanley.
big enough.
You can't see me.
Hey, listen though. In '87, it should have been just Paul's face with
Right?
three little globule faces.
Just
at
in the
bottom.
corner.
Nice.
You know,
So in other words, the live to win cover.
pretty much.
But you're talking about how you think that Bruce Kulick probably played bass on majority of Crazy Nights.
Right.
I would almost contend, listening to Gene's vocals, that it's not even Gene because of the drastic difference.
In what way?
Well, if you go from Asylum, where he's screaming at the top of his lungs for almost
There's some
everything.
high screams on that.
Yeah, and then you go to Crazy Nights, and you don't get any of that.
Wow.
It's very clean. It's very just normal sounding. Where it's like, what's mine is mine, what's yours is mine, as opposed to if he'd done it on Asylum, it would have been, what's mine is mine, and yours is mine. Yeah,
Let me say one thing
Yeah,
right
she's
here.
saying
Let me
it's-
hear
it's
you
take a
one of my
step back.
he's
biggest.
taking a step back. He's relaxed.
I hated Crazy Nights the first 15 seconds.
You mean
Here's a
after?
little song for everybody out there.
You mean not even having the woo right up to kick off the record?
If you go right to the verse,
Nobody
people try to take my soul. That's okay.
take my right soul away.
But when it goes into the pre-chorus, they try and tell me we don't belong. That's right, we're merely strong. That's where the genius kicks in. That's where that song for me kicks ass. The beginning of it is unnecessarily evil. I have to listen to this cringeworthy part to get to the pre-chorus, to get to the chorus, which is great.
That's his whole album, though, right? Like in various places. Like, here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty.
But dude, I love that shit. Because once again, I love Paul Stanley. Hands on Fire.
Yeah.
Take the eyes. Was it Eyes of a Stranger? Eyes Wide Shut, Mask Away, Personal. It's so fucking cheesy.
Right.
But that's Paul Stanley. To me, he owned it. But once I was a disciple, he could have done anything. I would have loved it.
Yeah.
You know, I loved Iron Maiden with Blaze Bayley because it's Iron Maiden. I love Steve Harris. I'd lick his toes. I'm the ultimate fan. I'm the fan you guys want. I love Kiss Science Theater when you do. We're outside by a fire and we're gonna talk about the Kiss imposters. And one time, Dez's shoe had a hole in it, and we still filmed anyways. And I'm listening to this bullshit. And I'm like, all right, I like it.
Out of his hand. He's laughing so hard.
I'll buy it. I'm into it because I like the guys.
So you're
Factor.
So you're talking
X
about
Factor.
fans and you know fanaticism and whatnot. Let's have
X
a
Factor.
I'm
read.
traumatized.
Let's have a read from the entertainment section of
Oh,
the
God, do we
Edmonton
have
Sun.
I'm pissing.
Okay, you
Just
go.
wait.
Adam J. Smith just went for a pisky.
Piss wait. You want me to wait?
No, go ahead.
No, we'll wait till he gets back.
You wait till he comes back. I remember a
We didn't even talk about, you know, the tracks that that they alternated on smashes, thrashes, and hits in the UK.
What do you mean?
They added stuff from Crazy Nights on the
Yeah, that's
Smashes
weird. I think
Thrashes.
from Crazy
They did.
Nights was on Smashes,
And
right?
they took away some classics for it.
Like what? What'd they add?
Crazy Nights replaces Calling Dr. Love.
I'll go for that. I'm not a Calling Dr. Love fan.
And neither are
Reason-
you, as far as I remember.
All right, so me and Dez agree.
There you
And
go.
Reason to Live replaces Deuce.
That's bullshit. That is bullshit.
Let me tell you this, Leon. Don't jump on me and punch me because you're a big man.
Really?
If it's 1988 and it's a compilation of Kiss, Reason to Live belongs more than Deuce does, or more than Strutter. Let's say keep Deuce. Because Strutter is on Smashes too.
Yeah.
Get rid of Strutter because this song, once again, is a fucking great song.
But then what they
I
should have
agree.
done is Smashes Thrashes should have been a compilation of 80s Kiss.
No, but they
Yes.
listen. But they were in
It's
a
its
rough
own
area.
Yeah.
Because Crazy Nights did not do the business that they wanted it to.
Yeah.
They were expecting a Hysteria, Appetite,
Yeah.
White Snake, 8, 9, 10 million seller, and it did basically, and Des, you probably know this to a T, it did basically the same amount of records sold as Animalize and Asylum and Look It Up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Platinum.
Yep.
So, or maybe Asylum did that, but it did the same as what Animalize did.
Yeah.
And they spent a lot of money to get Nevison and all the glossiness, and it did not pay off the way they thought it would.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
Not even close, right?
Okay. So
And
now
once again, why?
Adam's back. So I'm going to read from this entertainment section from
Is this from the Edmonton
1988.
Journal?
Yes.
This is Edmonton Sun.
Edmonton Sun.
Edmonton Sun.
Give us the date.
March 9th, 1988. It's a Wednesday.
Okay.
So, headline is Rock Showman gave fans what they wanted. Kissin' never wears out. By Neil Watson, staff writer.
Neil Watson's already
By
88.
Neil Watson.
Kiss was that?
The once proud Kiss Army is now but a shrinking platoon.
Oh.
But Paul
Stiff.
Stanley and Gene Simmons are nothing if not rock and roll populists. Kiss
Not
obviously
even what that
subscribes to give the people what they want theory of concerts, and last night at the Coliseum, aka Rexall Place, they did just that for about 6,000 fans.
which, by the way, is not fucking bad.
That was, I mean,
It's more than we had tonight at our show.
right?
Yes.
Here's the thing, like
We had
the
about
average,
52.
the average attendance for the Crazy Nights tour was a little over 56,000 people.
5,600.
5,600.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
That was the average. That's
That was the
not,
average.
but that's not great. But it's not dwindling to shit.
It's less than they've done in the past couple of
Really?
tours.
Less than Asylum?
Less than Asylum, less than Animalize.
Wow.
But still, I mean, it's
That's a lot of people,
right?
It is.
Like-
And when they're going to Detroit, they're selling at Cobo Hall still. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Most of the shows they did were only about half to
Right.
2/3.
But here's my question to you, though, not to interrupt you, Lee.
Yeah.
If you took, let's say, the Seventh Sun tour that I mentioned, I wonder what Maiden's average was at the same time.
I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't
Because,
something
like I said, I'll never forget
approximately
walking
the
to the
same,
Winnipeg
right?
Arena and looking around going, where is everybody? Like, there's nobody here. Because I saw Maiden on Power Slave,
Oh,
Someone in
God.
Time, and Seventh Sun. And it was like, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I saw
And to
them
me-
on Fear of the Dark tour.
Oh, that would be even boom.
That was
Right?
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
That was
Who opened for that on that one?
Thrax.
Anthrax.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Was
that was
that
at
No Prayer
the-
for the Dying?
No Prayer for the Dying.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was-
I mean,
No
like
Prayer
that
on the
was
Road
why I was
tour.
there.
Right.
Was for Thrax.
And
Right.
that's the issue. So,
All right, let me finish this.
Yeah, please.
After 15 years, KISS finds itself working the austerity tour. Modest fireworks, efficient lighting, and the familiar KISS logo looming behind the band. Stanley and Simmons are accomplished showmen and determined hucksters. Remember, these were the guys with the makeup. And it's written right here, I'm not making this up. And they deliver a solid rock show. Mind you, they could do this in their sleep. The show is a combination of Stanley bump and grind, a flick or two of Gene Simmons' famous tongue, and a quick breath of fire, some nimble guitar playing from Bruce Kulick, a muscular drum solo, and then, so long, just another night at the office. They don't even mention Eric Carr by name.
solo by
And it mentioned Bruce Kulick.
some guy.
Yeah. Of course, there's a few tunes along the way, a mix of old and new as Stanley promises, while Bang Bang You and
They did play that live, which is so dumb.
and Crazy Crazy Nights have that old KISS
They
strut.
played No 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 live.
It's the oldies that everyone waits for. At one point, some young fans handed Simmons a handmade poster bearing a likeness of the old fire-breathing devilish Gene Simmons. He glanced at it briefly before handing it back, on with the new. Unfortunately, deadline restrictions prevented this reviewer from hearing any of the cherished old anthems. The guys
That's
were saving
terrible.
the best for last.
That's a terrible fucking paragraph.
And then he goes on to
Deadline restrictions.
Yeah.
I'm a journalist. I would never write that.
Yeah. Then he proceeds to go on about
I guess I ran out of time.
Let me see, is there a
What you
picture?
gonna do?
There's a picture of Paul.
How do you
there.
have this? You kept this?
I got it from a coworker.
I love you guys. You actually have this stuff. KISS singer Paul Stanley and co. gave 6,000 young fans at Northlands Coliseum exactly what they came for last night. Oh yeah! Oh! Okay, so let's talk about this for a second, okay?
Okay.
I know we're gonna. Are we doing a track? We're doing a track by track because I'm not listening to it
we
either.
have to, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we go through it, I am very
There's the two pigs.
straight shooting.
Fucking ad there for you.
Love it. I am a straight shooter when it comes to Crazy Nights and KISS
Are we
because I've
posting that on the Facebook page?
I'm sure it will.
Okay.
Like,
I've heard a lot of people talk about Crazy Nights where they give. Well, this should we go? Should we do the track by track?
Fucking track by track.
Let's do track by track.
All right, track by track.
Okay. Crazy Nights.
Crazy.
Not to be confused with the
Crazy
album
Nights.
title, Crazy Nights.
You know you're in.
So how do you guys do this? You go in a circle or what? I don't want to intrude.
Whatever.
We just.
All right. So
do it,
well,
right?
somebody start then.
Can't
It's-
stand it.
I mean,
Never could.
it's
Right off the
Maybe
I'm
nothing.
sorry.
It's
It's
such
it's
a
cheesy.
song, but it's like at the same time I love it. You know, like
Really?
Well, I do.
I've never had a fucking single thing for it. If I heard it as the first single off the record, I'd be like, what?
But I did hear it as the first thing off.
What throws you off right off the bat is like hearing all the yaz on Monster, where it's just
Well, like Chris said
And
before,
you're
like the
where are
rap.
we
Here's a
going with
little
this?
song
Yeah.
for everybody out there. Here's a little song. A little
A
song
little song.
to me, and even this is
You folks
seven-
who like to listen to good rock music, you just sit on right over there.
This is a 17-year-old Chris Irvin at the time going, a little song? Or, here's the best fucking song you ever heard. I would buy that more.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a little song. Here's a little ditty about Jack and Diane. Paul Stanley equated to John Cougar Mellencamp right off the bat. Not happy.
Yeah.
He's just trying to akin to the everyday folk in order to get to the mass
that.
appeal.
Like I said-
and I don't like the sentiment of the song where
No.
it's like we're a bunch of dorks and this is our flag-bearing song.
Do you like the fact that they
I
allude
don't
to
like-
I Love It Loud in
I
it?
don't like the acknowledgement that we're uncool. I don't like that.
The fact that we're not cool?
Yeah.
Well, that
We
sort
are-
of akins to like Freak, doesn't it?
I guess, but Freak does it in a cooler way.
Like, yeah, because he
Just
owns
for
it.
me.
You own it at that point. But here it feels a little too kind of.
We're the
well,
un-
we're okay, really.
We're the underdogs, and we're acknowledging that.
Wow! Okay, so here's the thing. So, okay, like I said earlier, it starts off really lame for me, but then when it goes into they try and tell us we don't belong, the chord changes. As a musician, I was in a band, the lyric, the vibe, the tone,
Yeah.
that's where it got me. Bah, 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 bah. It's so, like I didn't think I'm singing Brown Sugar, but it wasn't that. But whatever. But when it goes to they try and tell me we don't belong, that got me. That's all right. We're millions strong with Paul's fucking powerful voice.
Well, it's like they're latching on to the one thing that they have to hang on to is like, okay, we still have this fan base.
But that's always
we
been Kiss.
We have to play to the fan base.
But that's always been Kiss to this day.
yeah.
Like when Paul was on my show this week and we're talking about the Kiss cruise and we had 3,000 people. I said, and there are 3,000 people that will be excited if you play Just a Boy.
Right?
Yeah.
And he starts laughing. He's like, "Fuck!" He goes, "Yeah." He goes,
Thank
"And thank
goodness
God
that's
for
the
that."
one we
Right?
play.
Yeah. He's like, "Thank God for that." But Kiss, that riff at the beginning. There's a song on the Osmosis record called "See You on the Other Side."
Yes.
The beginning of that song pisses me off. I fucking hate it. Voices. But when it gets into the chorus and the pre-chorus, it grabs me. I'm like, if you could cut off the shit from the beginning and just start here, this song gets me.
Yeah.
And there's a part in the video of
Just like Thief in the Night.
there's a part in Crazy Nights videos where Paul goes, they try and tell us we don't belong, that's right, we're millions strong. And he looks at the camera and he's like, we're millions strong. And he looks cool. And I used to do that in the mirror. 3 or 4 years later, so I'm 20 years old, not even a teenager. We're millions. I remember I used to have a black leather jacket, my hair was long, and I'd fucking shake my hair, and then my hair would be like curly and hot and sexy. You would have loved it, Adam. And I'm like, this is
Feeling
cool.
it, man. I'm feeling it.
So I don't like Crazy Nights, but I like it because 2/3 of that song gets me.
Have you
Right?
seen the video on YouTube? Someone uploaded, I guess, the 4 different camera angles they shot of the close-ups of the band when they're on stage playing, and they just linked them all up, like split screened it, like quadded it, so that you can watch it all at once. And it's hysterical watching Gene the entire time going, "Oh yeah, I'm rocking out. Oh yeah, totally." And it's like, just
Are you trying to tell me Gene didn't know the lyrics to the song?
well, it's not singing.
Are you trying to tell me
certain
Gene
parts,
didn't know the
right?
bass line for the song because Bruce played it, even though it's only High Water? What happened?
I'll agree with you, Chris, that it's like it's catchy, like for when you get to that point, and whatnot, and the sentiment is really good, but that lead into it is very There should have been a rap, like street hustler walks up to me, minding my own business.
There's probably
and this is what I told him.
And that's the thing, because 90% of the people that I used to hang out with listened to the first 10 seconds of that song and went, "This sucks."
Right?
Because I'm the ultimate fan. I love X Factor. I love whatever. And I was like, no, just give it a try. And you're right.
Yeah.
The beginning of that kills it. The pre-chorus and chorus and vibe and tone, I like it. But the beginning of that, even when Paul sings it live, it's so unconvincing. Here's a little song. When I heard that, unforgivable for me. Here is a huge song. Here's a fucking hit song. Here's the best song you've ever heard in your life.
Right.
That to me.
Here's a song about what we believe in.
Well, that's
Right.
the thing. It's an anthem.
It's supposed to be
Right.
an anthem. Yeah.
Here's a song. What you just said, Lee. Here's a song of what we believe. I'm in. Here's a little song. Even you think this is a little song, Paul.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was my vibe on that.
There you go. What's the next track? You
I'll
got the
fight
CD
hell to hold
with
you.
it.
I don't need a fucking notebook to tell you that.
Well, what's the next track?
I'll
then,
fight
Mr.
hell to hold
Jericho?
you. I'll fight hell to hold you.
Hell yeah.
And now we're back on track.
That was
Hell
my most vivid memory of that song is again, I always akin it to a girl because it was one of these things. Again,
Oh God.
yeah. Date. Well, you know all this bullshit.
I know,
You know?
but I get nervous when you get personal.
But you guys have been friends since like grade 8.
I know. That's what makes me fucking personal. What is it?
No, the Mormon.
The,
Here's-
oh,
here's-
the,
here-
the Mormon.
Hold on one second.
Mormons.
Let me just do a little segue. Here's my my thoughts on the 3 members of the Kisser Science Theater. Adam, super cool, just fucking rocking. Lee, responsible, family guy, but he's gonna show up because he wants to rock. And Dez, the fucking cynic, hating everything. This sucks. I don't even want to be here, but I have to because these fucking guys drag me here, and I know more than all of them, and I'm better than everyone. And Dez is my favorite guy.
It's just brutally honest, is what it is. You know.
I just remember
Adam
like
and
when
I, like 9 times out of 10, we see eye to eye.
Yeah.
but
Half the
that,
time.
I'm the one who throws the wrench in the gears because I'll say something completely contrary
Because
to what
half
they
the
say.
time I want to leap over the table and just like pop you on.
Okay, so let's
So
get
go on and say whatever you're gonna
No,
say about the
this-
fucking Mormon girl you dated in high school,
Yeah.
and maybe I won't fucking hit you.
All I was gonna
Guys,
say,
I'm not
all I
kidding.
was gonna say was just it was one of those go-to songs where it's like very early on in the relationship.
Right.
And it was like okay, and I wanted
Isn't it always?
I want her to
So
understand.
you liked it, Lee?
the second track? Yes.
Yeah, not this song, but I'll fight hell. We're just listening.
Yeah, well, I thought it was a very
Yeah,
powerful
yeah.
message or whatnot.
I
But one
agree.
thing I find annoying about it now is that maybe it's just the fact that they repeat the ramp up with the drums and the guitar that I feel like I've
Oh,
felt.
you like the bam bam bam.
What
bam,
the?
bam,
No,
bam,
it's like
bam,
a.
bam.
I feel like they've fallen back on that like a bunch of different times, and I'm like, why is this
Talked about
repeating?
this before.
Yeah.
I hear the opening, and all I think about is like the opening of the PMV video that they put out. You know,
This part here?
Yeah, this part here.
Compilation, Yeah.
That's Eric Carr's fucking power.
Well, I
man.
know it is, but it just felt like, okay, didn't I hear this already in like 4 other albums? He's got other stuff to go with, right?
Oh, and friends. I used to love that line, when friends turn into strangers, does anybody care? To this day,
Yeah.
if somebody fucking fucks me over or some whatever,
It just like
Yeah.
pops right in there, right?
when friends turn into strangers, does anybody care? And that line to me is, once again, we talked about this earlier, 3 hours ago, how long have we been talking?
Yeah.
Paul Stanley influenced my life, and that to me, when friends turn into strangers, does anybody care? No, nobody cares.
No.
Yeah.
So once again, you're on your own. You make it happen or you don't. I wrote a review for this, I was thinking about this, for my high school paper, dude,
Really?
for Crazy Nights. And I remember pointing out, I used to write reviews like you'd read in Circus. Well, Crazy Nights is a little bit cheesy and blah, 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 blah. But I'll Fight Hell to Hold You has the power chords that bring Kiss up to the rock ascension they belong at, or whatever it was. I put this song over from the start.
Yeah.
And the lyrics to this day still get me. And that riff. I love this.
It's like
This
he's
one
really
trouble
building
starts.
it, is it?
Paul's singing in this era is my favorite Paul
He's
Stanley
just
song.
like, he's just let
His
rip,
range
right?
is incredible.
as
Insane.
good or better than
Ever.
any.
Listen to the chorus of this.
Right.
Try anybody that thinks you can say hi, try and sing the chorus for I'll Fight Hell to Hold You.
Well, you talked to him, you
Hell
interviewed
to
him, and he said right there, like he was pushing himself at this point.
Yeah.
But he also said it was effortless for him at this point in time.
Yeah.
And that's one thing with Paul. Paul doesn't,
Because he built it up for like a decade
Yeah.
before that, right?
but that was how you sang back then.
Yeah.
And Paul
He
doesn't.
just let it go, right?
But Paul also doesn't apologize for the fact that he's 62, 3, and can't sing this anymore. because he's 62 or 3. But in 1987, I could sing this shit in my fucking sleep. That's high.
Yeah.
That's high. I can sing high.
Like
if I tried
Ron-
to sing that, it would not be.
Ron Nevison said, like, Paul, we gotta take these down like a quarter tone, a full tone at least. Like,
Right.
and he's just like, no, man, I gotta. That's what it is. I want to sing as high as I can,
And once again, too, and high, and I'll say this to the day I die, and once again, I use Scotty Ian as the template, but, you know, Bruce
Scotty
Kulick,
is the fucking man,
is a
though,
badass motherfucker, man.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, you can talk about Ace Frehley and talk about Tommy Thayer, Mark St. John, Vinnie Vincent. Bruce Kulick is a fucking bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Bruce Kulick's solos, there's speed when it needs it, but there's blues and there's groove and there's grit. There's,
he doesn't give a shit.
Dude,
He's not like a rock star. He's just
I'll
like,
say it on record right now, and you send me the tweets at I am Jericho. Bruce Kulick is my favorite Kiss guitar player, and I'll say that to the day I die. And there's no disrespect to anybody else in that band. Bruce Kulick, to me, his solos, his riffs, his vibe, he's a fucking bad motherfucker. And once again, can Roth sing Hagar songs? No. Can Ace play Bruce songs? No way. No way. Can Bruce play Ace, Vinny, Tommy, Mark in his sleep? In his sleep.
He was such a gift to that band.
Oh, he
really
was.
was.
Yeah.
He's a fucking machine.
Yeah.
He could do whatever they asked
Yeah.
him to do, dude.
Like between
they were
Bruce
so
Kulick,
lucky.
Right, dude. And then we'll
between
say
Bruce
too.
Kulick and Ace and Eric Carr, like, I mean, it could have gone, like, Kiss could have been
Dead.
in the
Dead.
early 80s.
Dead.
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 But what did you think of the second track, Adam?
The second track?
I'll fight how I'll hold you.
Yeah.
I like it. I like I'll Feel How to Hold You.
You want me?
It's pretty good.
I'm gonna pull Larry David. Yeah. I'm just saying. You just pull Larry David. It's pretty good. It's okay. I like it. The higher your voice goes, the more I'm not buying it. It's alright.
Jesus,
I
really
didn't
do
even
listen
write
to the
those. I
show.
just gave them star ratings, and I gave this 3 out of 5.
Oh, Hell to Hold You?
So
Yeah.
What was Crazy Nights?
2.
Okay.
I give Crazy Nights a 3.
So far on the Des train, we go. We're going over to the.
But does Des like Crazy Nights as a whole?
The record as a whole?
Yeah. Because Tom.
Yes,
like,
I do.
okay.
Yeah.
Because there's a real division amongst Kiss fans for Crazy Nights.
I mean, this, like, the song we're listening to right now, Bang Bang
Bang Bang You. Okay, let's go to Bang Bang You. Start off, Adam.
I fucking love everything except the chorus. You know, the verse.
You like this?
The pre-chorus?
7 and 8, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, and fucking awesome. And then
the horrible, I'll shoot you down with my love gun, baby.
So was it supposed to be a sequel to Love Gun?
I think
Was it?
once again it's just cheese central.
right?
Was
You
it
know?
just when they throw obvious throwbacks to their previous
Which
songs?
they don't do that often.
They don't do that often, but it
See,
seems.
but here, there's a part right here. This part. That's a great rhythm guitar part.
Yeah,
I
it
never
is.
listened to this song and like, I don't really dig it, but the instrumental part of this is great.
Basically everything except the actual, like,
And you're telling me you couldn't listen to
chorus
like an
itself.
instrumental version of this song? Just
I'm
as
talking
it
about,
was?
once again, as a musician and as a Paul Stanley fan, his rhythm playing during the solo of this, the rhythm guitar part is genius.
Yeah.
It does not make up for the fact of the Bang Bang You, but then it goes to this. The groove. Boom. Ja, doo, ja, doo, ja. The drums on this in 1988, where it's just
Right?
ja, doo. That's
It's got
John
a
Bonham,
groove.
baby. That's fucking groove.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's cheesy, but when you boil it down to the essence of the song, it fucking is a good tune. And I'm not a Bang Bang You fan, but there's certain parts to it where I go, once again,
All right, this
we're,
fucking comes.
we're time travelers, not talking about the Kiss box set and
We'll get
bonus
there.
track. We're talking about, let's go back to 1987, 88, and think about it in this day and age. And it's like, this is not my favorite song on the record, but it's not the worst. Because you know why? Because every Gene song is coming up.
Oh my god.
Coming up to my only
wrong.
1-star song on the album would be No No No.
Des,
Really?
I agree with you 10,000%.
But
And
you know
I'll
what?
give Bruce all the props for the song as everybody does. Yes,
The
it really
opening
plays.
rocks.
It's awesome. It's Eddie Val.
Opening
Sure.
rocks.
Yeah, you have all that stuff going for it. But the writing is just awful. I don't know how
Here we
made
go.
the
He made a
record.
song called No No No.
But that's
Right.
not what it was originally called.
Well, it was originally called.
We don't know that. We don't know what it's called.
Or it was
I'm not gonna say a word till you guys are done. Then I'm gonna ask Lee when he's ready to give me permission to speak on this. But you guys, yes.
I like the song when they redid it on Hot in the Shade and called it Boomerang.
They did
Holy
demo
shit.
Boomerang for this album.
And
It
it's
sounded like this.
They did.
Well, fucking A, there you go.
Okay.
Whatever.
There you go.
Is it my turn?
I love this part.
This bit, what we're hearing right now, this is my favorite bit out of the whole song.
Can I speak now?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I am okay. Listen, I've been listening to Kiss podcasts for 8 months now, and everyone talks about No No No. No, no, no! I mean, this is the kickoff track of the record. And this song sucks.
Just like Paul Stanley on Bingo Wall of Death, remember that? 94, they were over in the UK.
Yeah, Bingo Wall of Death.
Yeah, MTV's Most Wanted. And he was like, there was this one song called No No No, and I should have said No No No.
I should have said no, no, no. I'll tell you
what I
what.
said.
I'll tell you what, man. Like I said, I will tell you this from a 17-year-old Chris buying the record with my flyer for the show, putting it on, and it goes Crazy Nights. Okay, if I held a Bang Bang You, there's some good parts. This came on. And nothing against Bruce Kulick and Eric Carr. Those guys saved this band. Well, Paul, but. But it's just it's a bunch of, you know what I mean?
If Eric had never joined this band, Kiss was dead.
What do you
in
mean?
1980.
Do you ever hear Keith Richards' review of heavy metal? That's a bunch of wankers just wanking to the sake to wank them fucking
Right.
themselves. That's what the song is. If there wasn't crazy solos in this, none of us would even be talking about the song being good.
It doesn't have a whole lot.
And I'm just glad I get a chance to say this for real. Can I say one little thing, just as a segue? Des just pulled out the Crazy Nights booklet,
Yes.
and we're looking at the pictures, and here's what I love. And once again,
What, Paul with his sexy blue thong?
the blue thong.
That was
Paul
on-
pulled his thong up over his jeans, and that's fucking great.
This poster was on the back of my door
For
Yeah.
in
10
my
years?
yeah back at home. There's a picture of you, Lee, in Ace Frehley makeup in front of it.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
I had 2 Crazy Nights posters back in the day.
Fucking Paul looks so cool with the fucking. He's got his G-string pulled up like a stripper.
I know, right?
No shirt, and you look at this, and for
totally-
whatever reason,
he
like I
fucking
said,
works
I'm
it,
not
though.
gay. I've banged some of the hottest chicks in the world. I look at this and I go, that guy is cool. I love him with his G-string and his hairy chest. That
Right
to me
here
is
from
rock
Chris
and roll.
Jericho
Right here. I'm
I
10% gay. I don't mind
I
saying
would
it.
almost fuck him. Almost.
I wouldn't fuck him, but I'd hold his hand.
Close enough.
Look at how cool he looks, though. His hair and everything.
you're
Oh, I love
not
Paul
wrong.
Stanley.
I put it on the
Fucking
back
love
of my
Paul
door
Stanley.
too, man.
And meanwhile, Gene looks like he wants to be in Heart.
No, Gene
Well, he's
looks.
got Ann Wilson's wig.
No, he looks like Joan Jett from Up Your Alley
right,
or whatever.
Gene
From
does.
right there.
Joan Jett and the Black Heart.
This
Okay,
was
so-
around the time Gene kind of started to get his shit together.
Well, a little bit, because he
know.
went in a leather jacket with a dragon on it. Okay, Des, before you go to the Kansky, the song after No No No, Hell or High Water, which...
I kind of like this song.
I'm not, hey, listen, if you like it, I don't want to cut you down. Not good.
He's gonna leap over.
My notes on this song are standard 80s Gene stuff.
Stock.
It's hard to hate, but it's really hard to love.
If we were watching Saint Anger right now and I was Lars, I would go, this is fucking stock. It's fucking stock. What do you want me to fucking say? It's
I love
not good,
that
it's
movie.
stock. It's
That's-
stock.
That's the worst, best movie ever.
Right.
See, and I can-
And this song is stock.
I compare it to like Trial by Fire, so it's not complete shit, but it's on its way.
You know, come hell or high water, it's on its way.
Well, you know,
It's
Yeah,
not
but
complete
really-
shit, but it's pretty fucking close.
well, you have like an awesome meal, and you have like lactose intolerance, and then you have a glass of milk afterwards. That's kind of like yeah.
See, here I was almost
Adam
turning
gave it
into-
the raspberry.
So that's 3 raspberries from us.
So we've talked about Hell or High Water. We all hate it.
Yeah.
I think.
3 Razzies out of
4 out of 4 Razzies.
4.
My
So
Way.
let's go to My Way.
I've already
Adam's
you
favorite
heard me
actual
say
raspberry.
it's just
We haven't
no.
heard anything because it hasn't happened yet. What?
Well, okay, so basically Paul has strung together a bunch of either people who've taken certain phrases and made them song titles. I mean,
Like, how do you mean?
Well, like, you know, the heat is on and Danger Zone going on in here.
So he likes Glenn Fry and Kenny
And
Loggins.
Kenny Loggins.
Okay.
Like
I
Gene
think
Loves
that was
Journey.
obvious.
I'm really excited to hear
guys that know
Des,
how to
who
sell
hates
records.
everything. What's your opinion of this, Des?
My Way?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just complete garbage.
Wow.
It's just-
So I got 3 guys who are gonna kill me for saying that I love this song.
Oh, seriously?
This is
You know what? You know,
this is
listen,
the point we all
Chris-
jump up on Jericho.
Yeah, you kill me.
Beat the shit out.
Once again, I like Blaze Bayley, X Factor, Iron Maiden. I love the super overproduced synth of this, where you can't even really hear guitars. And I love, once again, I love the lyric. I'm gonna go where I go, ain't taking no my way.
You love that?
I love it. I love it. I'm sorry.
How many chair shots have you had?
It's not the chair shots, it's the fact this came out in 1987, and once again, I got my concert pamphlet bill and the poster on the
Yes.
wall. And listen, you're like Jericho. You're
Do you
an
have like
idiot.
the fucking like the tour book and everything?
Yeah. Oh,
Right?
the tour book, the,
Hold
dude.
on.
The
This
tour
is a
book was the
badass
best.
tour book.
Here's the thing with the tour book. They had a photo shoot with
Yeah.
each guy and like 10 naked
Yes.
chicks.
The
And
thing that I
Paul-
love though,
Paul in the hospital.
Right.
Bruce on his bike.
Gene's got like 10 naked chicks. Paul's got like 7.
Bruce has 5 and Eric has 1.
No, I think Bruce has 2.
And here's the best thing of all. So,
and Eric's got like 4.
Andy, you got
so.
Andy Bierside from Blackville Brides is one of my best friends, and he's 24, 25, but he's an old soul. You know the
Yeah,
term
yeah.
old soul? He's an
Yeah.
old motherfucker, and he's the youngest guy ever. He loves Kiss, and he loves 80s Kiss. And he was like 6 when they went on the Crazy Nights tour. He has the tour book, and we were laughing at when you look at Paul in bed with the nurses. For some reason, there's a weird camera angle where Paul's
He's
leg
like
is standing up,
so naked, right?
but his leg is standing up, and it looks like he has polio. It looks like here's your leg, and then it goes from a leg to a pinky. Like here's my quad, and then it just goes like this, like this, and you look at it. Paul's got polio. Somebody hit me up at I am
Polio,
Jericho.
you mean?
Polio. This is the Adams video. It's polio.
Nice.
In the Crazy Nights tour book. I swear to God, I'm not even joking. Andy, if Andy's listening, dude, please send me the picture. His leg goes from like this nice leg, this sexy hot leg, to like this fucking toothpick of weird muscle, and Paul's like,
Weird.
so, yeah. So,
Is that just weird camera angle?
yeah, some
bullshit?
weird lighting camera angle, like
Yeah.
an optical illusion. We look at he's got polio. When we're done this, I'll look it up.
Oh
So my way, everyone
Did you know that Paul had polio?
polio.
I'm sorry, that's something that just wasn't in my repertoire.
I had Michael Pisha and polio.
I didn't know.
So okay, so you guys hate My Way.
I kind
I
of
like it. Okay, because I like the lyric, and I love. I'm gonna go where I go, ain't taking no.
I just felt
Right.
it was lazy for the bulk of the song, just to be honest.
Here's the. Can we bring up another thing too about the influence of Desmond Child on Kiss in the '80s?
Yeah.
Every Kiss single was co-written by Desmond Child.
Right. Pretty
And
much.
they had some good ones.
I'm a big fan of Desmond Child.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I wish to this day that Kiss would do another record with Desmond Child co-writing. And listen, don't even give me
Just like
Ezrin
two
or
or three
Kramer.
singles, right?
Pick fucking whoever to produce it. I don't care. Please let Paul and Desmond sit down and just play. Because they wrote some great songs, man.
did that relationship sour at one point, or
I don't think
what
so.
happened? Did they just
Well,
went in a different direction? They
you
want a
could-
different feel.
Well, you could listen to the Decibel Geek because they talk to Desmond Child and they get into some of that.
What?
Oh, yeah?
Well,
Just
just
like
like
Desmond Child on my show.
Desmond
right?
Child talked to Chris and
Aaron
Camaro,
Camaro.
Aaron Camaro on Decibel Geek, and they go into they get into some Kiss, but Desmond was really pushing heavy the early Bon Jovi stuff. But
Yeah.
that sort of spills off from Kiss because of what they were
Right.
doing at the time. So as soon as Desmond got in,
Wasn't he referred to Bon Jovi by
Yeah,
Paul Stanley?
yeah. So, but once he got in with them, it was just
Because
you know,
Paul was like,
the working,
off the races.
the working ethics. Like he didn't get into a lot of like juicy nitty gritty because he's a professional. He doesn't want to spread a lot of stuff. But it was just you could tell there's like a definite sort of Kiss worked one way. Bon Jovi had a entirely different work ethic, and it just felt like it was a much easier
With Bon Jovi?
with Bon Jovi than it was with Kiss.
there's so much involved with Kiss. Like when you get into the 80s, like you gotta balance.
But it's also the way that Gene and Paul are, right? That's the way that they work, you know.
Yeah.
And they're not easy to work with. You know, you gotta beat them up sometimes, and other times when you don't do that, they're very guarded,
Yeah.
right?
Or the railroad you.
That too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they railroaded Mark St. John, and they railroaded Vinny to some degree, right?
It's like
In what
Toby
way?
Wright said.
Yeah.
Toby Wright said, is if you don't come in and challenge them and hold them up, they're just gonna roll
But
right
see,
over
that-
you and do what you
But
do
that's
what
what
they
happens
want.
when you're iconic fucking band. Like McCartney on the Chaos and Creation record, he
Right.
had Nigel Godrich, who had done Muse.
Who's
and,
gonna fucking tell Paul McCartney how to write
But
a
here's
song?
let me tell you the story. What's the dude that was married to Kate Hudson, the Coldplay?
Yeah,
Nigel
yeah.
Godrich had done Coldplay and Muse, and so McCartney brings him in, and McCartney gives him the demos, and Nigel Godrich goes, "These aren't good enough," and McCartney goes, "What are you talking about? I'm Paul McCartney," and Nigel goes, "Exactly, and these suck," and Paul's like, "These suck? No one's ever said that to me." He goes, "Well, I am." And then Paul goes, "Well, go fuck your ass," and goes write 12 new songs, and suddenly they win like 7 Grammys. Best McCartney record in 20 years.
You're right.
Because someone went, "This isn't good enough for you." And he went, "What? Well,
Yeah.
fuck you, I'll show you." And that's what happens.
What if
Paul and
somebody had
Gene
done
haven't
that?
had that because they.
What if
Paul produced-
somebody had done that for Kiss in like
That's what I'm
87,
saying.
88?
But I'm assuming that Ron Nevison would do that, wouldn't he?
To some degree, but at the same time, he's a pro. He's there. He's working a job.
Right. It's
Right.
like Kevin Shores
He
of Iron
did-
Maiden.
he
Kevin
brutally
Shores not
chops
going to tell
himself.
Steve Harris this isn't good enough.
Right.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's like, so my point is, you're talking about all this stuff, and you would hope that someone would go, "Paul, this isn't good enough." But if it's not, then he's just a yes man. So why did they pay all this money for him? Right? Because you guys hate My Way. I like it. Once again, for me, as a Paul Stanley fanatic, this album, all the Paul songs are good for me. All right. All right, so where are we at? We're at My Way, Walls Come Down, right?
When your walls come down, I give it 3 stars.
I always think of Tweeter and the Monkey Man.
Wow.
When your
By-
walls come down.
You're talking about Two of the Monkey Man by the Headstones or by the Traveling Wilburys?
Traveling Wilburys, really. It's either one.
I, once again, love that tune. I think the riff is great. I used to make these tapes in the 90s. When I say tapes, I mean cassette tapes. And they were called The Best of Paul Stanley. And it was all Paul songs from all the Kiss records. And Walls Come Down kicked off side 2 or whatever, side 1. Because it's a great opening song for side 2. And, Hey Diddle Diddle when the cat's got the fiddle and the kitten's gonna shoot at the moon. Lyrics that if I wrote for you guys, you would go, "This is the worst."
Okay,
ever." If I turn those into Rich Ward, he'd fucking
yeah.
would shoot me.
Yeah.
But
I got your
pants on fire. Hey man, I know you want it. You know you want it too. With a fucking harmony.
Yeah.
He spent time to go, "You know you want it too." Okay, good. "You know you want it too." Double it. We're done.
Awesome.
It's so bad, but it's fucking. it's good 80s Kiss for me.
Yeah.
You
I
agree?
agree, absolutely. I
Lee?
think it's a cool,
Yeah.
rocker.
No,
Not so
take,
much.
take it or leave it. I'm just not.
So Lee, you
no,
don't like
it's-
Crazy Nights as a package?
Overall, no, not really. I mean, it's like trying to defend Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
Oh, good call.
You know, just here are some neat moments that I really liked, but I can't defend all the shitty acting. You know, just
I hate them. I wanted to kill all of them.
yeah.
Now, does Bruce Kulick has a co-writing credit on
He
this
does.
one?
Yes.
He does. Good.
I would see Bruce writing the riff on that for some reason. You know, let's discuss the underratedness of Bruce Kulick. 14
Bruce-
years, good
like,
soldier.
Bruce is the fucking man.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel he got the shaft after when the reunion happened. He completely got the shaft.
He was
It
just...
really came from Bruce Kulick, too. I remember having a couple of verses, kind of a Van Halen-like bouncy things.
What are you reading?
Paul liked it. We sat down and worked on it.
Des,
I
that's
wasn't
like some
around.
Bible of Kiss or something. What is that?
He's got everything.
What do you have? It's like a 7,000-page book of like Kiss info.
But then he goes, I wasn't around when he finished the song with Adam Mitchell.
Bruce said that
Yeah,
about Liar, Liar.
Behind the Mask.
Oh my gosh.
So I've heard that Adam Mitchell played on Crazy Nights, the song itself.
Did Adam Mitchell write songs on other albums too?
Adam Mitchell co-wrote a couple songs on Preachers.
Okay.
Co-wrote Crazy,
you guys
Crazy
hear that?
Nights.
Co-wrote Crazy
Oh,
Nights.
Because they were going out and hitting the bars and stuff like that, and then Paul goes, you know, these are some crazy, crazy nights. And then Adam goes, oh, that'd be a pretty cool fucking song, and
Hey.
they demoed it.
Okay.
So where are we at? Walls Come Down.
yeah.
Reason to Live.
Okay.
I
This
love this
this
song.
is a bona fide hit.
Underrated classic.
Should have been.
Seriously, it's
This is as good or better than Forever, or Every
agree.
Time I Look at You,
Yeah.
or you know,
Every time
any
I-
of the.
If you turn on Jack FM, which is the new radio station that plays everything across the country, and they play every hit song, Reason to Live should be on there.
right?
And it's not. And the fact it's not is a fucking travesty. Because there's not a better song from 1987.
Bruce is maybe the best he's ever been.
Yeah.
Paul is phenomenal.
The rhythm part. What's the song Bon Jovi Wanted Dead or Alive? This maybe not better, but pretty fucking close to it.
Right?
I mean, dude, for 1987, once again, let's go on our DeLorean back to 87.
Yeah.
This song is everything you want. It's better than Here I Go Again. Here I Go Again is much. And the other piece of shit from Whitesnake, Is This Love? This song kills Is This Love. Kills it.
This is
How
the
different do you
song.
think this would have been though if it had been done acoustically?
But in 87, would anybody want to hear it?
It
though?
wouldn't have worked. I don't
80s,
think.
there was
But
no...
what you just akin to like Wanted Dead or Alive, and that's got the
Okay.
acoustic guitar going off the bit, and that's the hook for me on that
Unplugged wasn't
song.
cool
Yeah,
until
no.
MTV
So
made
if
it
this
cool.
opening riff had been something more
Right.
westerny,
Okay.
then
Right,
maybe
but
it might.
that wasn't until like fucking Young Guns 2, right? That
Yeah.
that like sort of kicked off like the cowboy thing, right? Like
Because this is... I remember when I first heard this, I remember thinking, this sounds like a Heart song.
It does.
Like when
Completely.
you first hear it, turntable, this sounds like Heart.
Yeah.
And why shouldn't it? It's Ron Nevison. So as a rock fan and as a metal guy at 16, kind of thought it was lame. As a musician at 44, I understand this song is genius. But was it too overproduced for the time?
I think it was just right for the time, honestly.
So then why wasn't it a bigger hit? Because it's
It's
Kiss?
Kiss.
It's Kiss.
The
Prejudice.
prejudice against Kiss?
I think that's what it boils down to.
How do you know
I
it's
mean-
not just an oversaturation of the market of sounding just like more of the same?
I mean,
And
you're
Kiss
not
is just
wrong.
late getting to the party.
It's
Maybe.
a better song
You know,
than that.
and not so much a prejudice like, oh no, we heard this already.
Yeah.
We heard this already. We heard this already. So I don't want to play it.
But they spent a lot of money on this record. We know that. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah. But
And
we've
they-
also discussed on our podcast before where even at this point in time, Kiss is trying to play catch up
Yeah.
with what's
They're not-
trending,
and
right?
Paul will even say that.
Yeah.
In the 80s, we were trying to catch up instead of being the trendsetters like we were in the 70s.
Yeah.
In the 70s, Kiss
Yeah.
called the shots.
Yeah.
In the 80s, they were following what was hot.
They
And-
could have been the bosses too if they just
habitually a
and did
year
whatever
behind.
they wanted, right?
Yeah.
Everybody would have followed. Everybody would have been following them.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, they felt they needed to catch up with the trends of the time. And
Because I honestly think, once again, though, had they not played this game, they might not be around today. Because I think Paul was fighting for his life to keep this band alive. And I think Paul also has pop sensibilities to do these type of songs where to him it was real and legit. And I agree with this. And listen to this song. This is not a copy. This is a real song. Written by a guy who, maybe a couple guys or Holly Knight or whoever was involved. Where you go, this is pretty fucking badass. And once again, if I'm Gene Simmons, I am kissing Paul Stanley's feet
at this point, are you
for
kidding?
keeping this alive. Because had there been no 80s Kiss,
There'd be no reunion.
there'd be no reunion. Because no one would have cared. Because they don't exist anymore.
But I mean, come on, everybody loves Gene from his amazing appearance in The Hitchhiker.
That's what we're saying. Had there, you take Kiss from Creatures to Revenge, it's not even really Kiss, it's Paul.
Yeah.
It's Paul's solo collection.
Well, Paul said that himself, right? Like when when Smash the Thrashes dropped, he was like, "I'm not even gonna play guitar anymore."
Right. And you see the videos.
Yeah.
Watch, and the best is when you read his book and you talk about this, and I mentioned earlier watching Kiss videos chronologically, when you get to X and Sex, Gene is a minor bit player.
Yeah.
It's Paul, Bruce, Paul, Eric, Paul, Gene, Paul, Bruce. He's in the same category as Bruce and Eric is.
Yep.
Because Paul's like, fuck yourself. What do you do?
Well,
Fuck off.
what's he gonna do?
You know what? Because if next video don't show up, I'll just focus on me.
Yeah.
It'll be Paul Stanley. Don't show up, Gene. I dare you.
And
I
it
don't
took
need you
Gene,
anymore.
like, the thing that amazes me is it took Gene a whole nother album to figure that out.
He was kind of coming back on track for Hot. But it wasn't until Unholy and Revenge where you're like, Paul, fuck off. Stand over there and watch this shit. And I bet you Paul was going, thank God.
Right?
Oh my God, thank you, Gene. Thank you for coming back.
Yeah.
Because 10 years is a long time for a
That's a
working
long
rock band.
grind. It
Dude.
really is. And no matter how we came into it, like, I know, like, it got to a point where, like, the makeup was just like a chain around his neck, like.
Yeah.
He's just like, cut me loose.
But
Cut me
Jesus
loose.
is like, no,
he was
no,
ready
no,
to go
we
in
gotta
like
go with it.
1980.
We gotta
Let's
go
just
with
take
it.
it off. I can do the David Lee Roth thing. I can do all this stuff. You just have to cut me loose from the fucking makeup and the role.
Right.
Just go, So,
Well, I don't know. That's what people love us for, and
You're gonna lose the mystique.
they cut him loose and he took off
Gene
running.
Lombardi lost it.
And like Jericho said, like, thank God that he did. Because if it wasn't for Paul,
Yeah.
it would all be done.
Any Kiss fan listening today that wants to give Paul Stanley shit, remember, if it wasn't for Paul, there'd be no Kiss right now because he kept that band alive on his back, and I would almost say on his dime, because I bet you Paul didn't make a lot of money this time frame, because whatever he made, he just split in half with Gene, and Gene wasn't doing anything.
right?
Yeah.
But Paul knows I can't lose Gene, because then my band is done. All right, so Girl Gone Bad, we decided stalk Gene. And like I said, I am not trying to be a dick because I love Gene Simmons, man. In this day and age, Gene is probably a better musician than Paul. But then this song comes on, Turn on the Night, and dude, this song to me is just as good as Living on a Prayer.
Why didn't this song close the album?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just fucking swap Thief of the Night and Turn on the
Or just
Night?
cut it.
Or just cut Thief of the Night.
Because Thief of the Night is worse than any of those songs, but we'll get to that. This song, Turn on the Night, like I said, I had to text Paul and say, why wasn't this a bigger hit? He said, because it was Kiss, Prejudice. This song is fucking great. And the video is great, and to me, like, if I was gonna hit, like, Crazy Nights, here it is, and I had a chance to listen to two songs, I'd play this one and Hell to Hold You. Dude, those are my ones. I love this too. Little fucking Zach Martin. Bruce Kulick is a bad motherfucker, man. I'll tell you what.
Bruce is
Listen,
the fucking
Eric
guy.
Singer is pretty good too, but this lineup could be the best Kiss lineup of all time as far as pure musicianship.
Oh, I could pretty much guarantee you that they rehearsed this song to play live, but it probably sounded anemic compared to
They
like
played-
the production of
Right.
the,
Did
the
they play
studio.
this live?
Because it's keyboard based.
They must have rehearsed it.
Yeah.
It's a single.
It is.
They're releasing it as a single.
Backed with No No No.
And they probably got a
And-
couple bars in, and they were like, no.
And Paul's leading the charge, going, "We're playing this." And Paul, to this day and age, to me, it seems like Paul is the guy that would go, "Yay and nay." We're playing Turn of the Night. It's a single, whatever. And
I mean, like in theory, it's his and Gene's band, but
At this
but
point,
in the '80s,
it's
I would
80s.
almost disagree with you and say in the '80s, from from '82 to '92 is Paul's band, and Gene, you do what you're told.
yeah,
Okay, Paul.
you're just gonna show up and you're just gonna fuck up the lyrics
Right.
anyway.
Right. You're bringing nothing to the table. You're not into this. Your songwriting is stock. You're playing is stock. Your look is lame. Seriously, if we're the four guys from Kiss in the room and I'm Paul Stanley and we've had a couple cocktails and we're talking about this, I'm like, dude, you don't mean shit anymore. But I'm Gene Simmons. I don't care. You want me Gene Simmons? Be Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
You haven't been since I Love It Loud, and that was 7 years ago or 5
Right.
years ago or whatever.
yeah.
Right?
Now he's being the fucking, just like being drug dealers in TV shows, right? Like
Wanted dead or alive.
Right.
Terrorism.
the Hitchhiker.
You know, there's so many subtleties and behind the scenes things we don't know. Like you're talking about, listen, are your parents still married?
No.
Anybody's parents are still
Yeah,
married?
my parents.
How many years?
Oh God. Many.
30?
Oh yeah.
35?
Probably getting there. Yeah.
Is it 40? Probably not, right? You're saying no.
No.
Okay, so let's say your parents are at 38.
Yeah.
Gene and Paul are at 40.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you know that have been together for 40 years as partners? They're business partners, but they're partners.
Yeah.
Dude, that is
Yeah.
fucking Richards and Mick.
Yeah.
Steven Tyler and Perry broke up, so kicked Aerosmith out. There's the Stones and there's Kiss, and maybe
What would you say
Bon-
about Townsend and Daltrey?
Okay,
Well, you know what? But I mean, at the
Never
same
broke up.
time, they come in like
Bono and the Edge never broke up, but it's very few
yeah.
Bon Jovi and Sambora did.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done. Because Richie, Bon Jovi, you don't mean anything. Point being, it's like this is a long-term relationship. It's more than our parents. My parents didn't even make it to 20. You know, Gene and Paul, 40 years. There's some serious give and take because it's a marriage, and even it's two alpha males.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like for them to make it to this point, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And if it meant that, you know, Paul had more say on the Crazy Nights than Gene did, well, it worked at the time. Gene,
But at the same time, it wasn't just that. Like, I mean, they were playing that game even in Crazy Nights. Like, you know, Nevison talks about balancing how many songs Gene gets versus
well, and that's
how
what
many
Paul said on my show.
Yeah, right.
It was pretty shitty to know that there was songs that made it to the record just because of a sense of entitlement.
Right.
Because I'm me,
Like a
so I
thief in
need
the
4 or
night.
5 songs, and Paul's like, these songs aren't good enough, but I'm Gene.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, they said they gave.
What are you
Nevison-
gonna do? Put
They gave
like
Nevison-
America song?
that's right.
Mm.
And he's
Don't mind
basically
me.
saying, like, we know,
Don't be taking pictures.
I know these songs suck. Because you have to have 3 or 4 songs on the record, like, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, wow, what a position to be in as a professional. Like, if I'm Paul
Well-
and you guys are like under par, that's not acceptable.
Especially like, I mean, he was like their Kiss, right?
Right.
They'd spent at this point like 20 years, 15 years at any rate being
Yeah.
the best of the best. Like, you wanted the best, you got the best, right?
Right?
And you wanted the best, you got Paul and
You've got
that
kind
guy.
of like
Yeah.
lame best.
Yeah.
Right.
I love how he's now put on King of the Mountain.
It's Asylum.
Yay!
Well, we got one track left.
Oh, A Thief in the Night?
Thief in the
Not
Night.
even worth talking about.
Oh.
So stock.
I
Wow.
gave it 4 stars.
Wow.
I love
I
this
like
song.
it too.
I'm stepping
it's,
back,
It's
please.
the one. I think it's one of the more shining tracks off of it.
We did a
Jane's
video
songs.
for this back in the day.
Wow.
We did all kinds of non-makeup videos.
I know.
Well, how many Crazy Nights videos did we do?
Just the two, Turn on the Night and Thief in the Night.
We didn't do Crazy Nights?
No, we
See,
didn't.
but dude, so here's the thing, like, as you know, listen, we're all on the same level as being Kiss fans.
Yeah.
And we're not Kiss fans, we're Kiss, like, fucking fanatics.
Yeah.
Like no one wants to talk to us but us. And the 2,000 people listening right now.
We've all been
slowly
there.
dwindling.
Yeah.
You tell me Thief of the Night is 4 stars and Crazy Nights is 2 and Hell to Hold You is 3?
Yep.
And listen, like I said, listen, it's your opinion and I respect that. Please explain to me how. Thief of the Night is, to me, is
Because
just as bad as City Sleeps.
It's not dirty Gene, it's slick Gene.
But where's the hook?
Because the chorus is the hook.
Okay. Once again, I'm not going to tell you right or wrong, but for me, that's one of those lazy ass. This is what you're giving me. You wrote God of. No, you wrote God of Thunder. You wrote fucking Christine and Calling and Deuce and like you're Gene Simmons, and this is what you're giving me.
But this is all he was bringing to the table. Like, I mean, he brought a demo in called "I'm Going to Put a Log in Your Fireplace."
That's what Burn was called.
Well, that was one of the demos he brought in.
Wow.
And this was after he already used that line.
That's what I'm saying. As a fan of Kiss, like you can't go back. And you wrote, like, let's talk about Gene, okay, like, fuck, give me some Gene classics, like Ladies' Room, and, fucking Deuce, and, you know, Rock and Roll Night, and, like, go through Alive 1 and Alive 2 and pick your spots. She, Watching You, like, there's some amazing songs on there. Christine 16, and this is your best, and I just didn't buy it. I can buy anything, but just make me believe it.
Yeah.
I didn't believe that. I didn't believe Thief of the Night. I didn't believe No No No. I didn't believe Girl Gone Bad. And I didn't believe the other song, Hell or High Water.
I like No No No. I think No 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 has a ton of potential, but it's kind of wasted.
I think you like it because it has a ton of potential.
Yeah.
I don't think you like it as a song the way that if we played it for somebody that never heard Kiss but knew rock and roll, they go, it's okay.
Yeah.
I like the beginning. The chorus is lame. The lyrics are shitty.
No, no, no.
I'm down and out, so don't count me out. What's mine is mine. What's yours is mine. It's like,
Give it to Nickelback.
yeah, really.
Yeah.
So to me, Thief of the Night was the bottom line of that. For what I was like, and when I asked Paul, have you played every Kiss song? He said no. I didn't ask him which. I guarantee Paul had no part of Thief of the Night.
I imagine
Oh, I wouldn't know
100% correct.
Do you find
bet
it just
you know
weird
that-
that the last 2 songs all like end in the word
Right.
night? It's just the alliteration kind of thing.
Oh yeah, well
You
there's
know,
a lot of
Turn on the Night, Thief in the Night.
Like,
Thrills
it's
of the Night.
just
Thrills
a
of the
bad
Night,
idea,
Creatures of the
right?
Night. You just have Kiss the Night album.
It's like Saxon or Maiden with Of. The new or AC/DC with Rock. AC/DC's new record has 4 songs with Rock. Maiden's new record has 5 songs with Of, and Saxon has 5 songs with Of. Like they just stop. You know.
Wow.
But so you know we were talking about the issues with Crazy Nights, and once again, as an '80s fanatic of Paul, 5 out of 7 Paul songs are good. And like I said, you guys, I have nothing but respect for your opinions. But for me, I'm not going to debate you. None of Gene's songs on Crazy Nights do anything for me.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like, I mean,
Nothing.
What
Like-
about his tracks on Asylum or
But that's the thing.
Animalize?
Animalize, no.
No?
Asylum, I judge those songs, but when I listen to it now, I think Asylum could be the strongest of all the 80s Kiss records.
I think
As far
I
as
agree. I tend to
from
agree with
track
you
1
there,
to
yeah.
10.
For Gene?
For all of them.
Overall.
Like, Gene's songs
Yeah.
are all good.
Yeah.
But I like Paul's songs on Crazy better. For whatever reason.
Yeah.
But for me, I think Crazy Nights Gene output is the worst of the 80s.
Really?
For me.
I see what you're saying there. It's like, it's just it's the laziest he ever was.
Yes.
And it was like,
It's
Yes.
weak. His vocals
Yeah.
are weak.
Yes.
It's just,
Like
it's
Lee
just,
keeps saying, Lee's not even convinced that's even Gene singing. I'm convinced it is, but the fact you even have any 1% of doubt backs up what we're saying.
yeah.
And the fact that Bruce basically told me that he played bass on most of Gene's songs at this time frame. So Gene's not playing bass, might not even be singing.
Right.
And if he is, it's so bad that it
Backup
sounds like a
vocals.
facsimile.
At, like-
Oh, this is the wrong album though, by the way. But still.
The message still.
So what's the
conveys.
final thought of Crazy Nights?
I don't think it holds up as a Kiss album.
What? Really?
It doesn't hold up as a Kiss
I
album.
think it holds up as a Kiss album.
I'm a big Paul fan.
Right.
I mean, when we did the Imposter stuff, I grew into that character, portraying that character. And to me, for Crazy Nights, I find, as I mentioned earlier, just some of the songwriting very lazy on Paul's part. Granted, his singing
Okay.
ability is
Wow.
amazing.
All right.
His singing
So
ability
you're
is
saying
amazing.
the songwriting on Paul's songs aren't good?
No,
All right.
no. I think overall, I think the songwriting on the album is very lazy and kind of just we're striving to try to hit what people are gravitating towards.
I see what you're saying.
And it's just not hitting the mark because they're playing the catch up. It's all been heard already. You know, Bon Jovi already beat him to the finish line. I mean, their big stumbling block, you could say, was the Elder, you know, commercially and everything else. It's like they were still running this marathon and suddenly they tripped and everyone ran past them and they're like, well, no, wait, we're still relevant.
Right.
You know? And once they finally figure out how to get to that point, it's like, no, we've already gone past that. We're over here now.
So it was like a reunion by the time they fucking figured out.
Yeah, but by that point, people were looking back at, retro's cool, retro's this. So when retro becomes a thing, that's when they can jump on the reunion bandwagon, and that's how they become
So is it
relevant.
possible that the only reason why I really like Crazy Nights is because
A poor songwriter?
No. Because it's a
I don't know where he's going with it.
I'm not going to stop you.
I'm trying to do the right word, because it's a product of my time. Because I came into Records on Wheels and saw the poster and got the flyer, and to me it became an event because of all the promotion.
Yeah.
So
But
I forced
guilty-
myself to like it because you said you're 40 or 39?
39. Yeah.
So I'm 5 years older.
Yeah.
So when this came out, to me it was the definitive Kiss record. Because I wasn't much of a fan of Alive because of the cover. So when Crazy Nights came out, I was ready to embrace Kiss.
Yeah.
So maybe I gave them a couple free passes, or maybe specifically Paul,
Yeah.
to where it's like my way. I love it.
It's that emotional connection you have.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And it's irreplaceable.
Well,
But nothing can change it.
I'm
Yeah.
guilty.
Nothing will ever make me think of 1987 in the fall,
Yeah.
other than that record.
Yeah, I'm guilty of the same thing when it comes to Alive 3. These two will tell me how shitty a record that
It's
is.
the same thing.
But for
us
me, I've
with-
got an emotional connection.
And I'm on
just
your
like
side
you
because
talk
I have one
shit,
too.
right?
Because I bought that record when I was in Mexico wrestling, and the only connection I had to English speaking is there's no phones, there's no fucking DVD players. It's rock and roll, and I found that in a shitty record store bootleg with a photocopied cover.
Oh my god.
That's how they sold records in Mexico. FYE or whatever it was called. And remember thinking, I like this, but I don't like the fact they didn't say you wanted the best, you got the best. So, like you said, every record is a product of your environment at the time.
Yeah.
So for me, Crazy Nights was the bridging of September, October, November, 87 into 88, and suddenly I'm graduating from high school. And when I'm over the Crazy Nights, the baton gets passed to Seventh Son, and when I think of grade 12, for me, musically, it's Crazy Nights and Seventh Son.
Right on.
So I give it a free pass. You know?
Yeah.
It's
Like
the
I
same
s-
thing with Hot in the Shade and Us.
Yeah.
Really.
Right, you guys are one album after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Interesting.
much. Yeah.
So you guys like Hot in the Shade because of the time frame?
Well,
Exactly.
he was the first new Kiss album that came out when we got into
Wow,
Kiss.
so you had heard
right?
about Kiss, about the back issues.
Exactly.
And then
But
like
this was the
holy
new
shit,
one.
it's Hot in the Shade.
it all
Wow.
gets wrapped up
And it's
emotionally
like
in that era.
19
Good call.
tracks, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
15.
So no matter how much people shit on it,
Right, you
you know,
can,
we're
they
always
can,
going to see the best.
can never change. Right, you never change what you think.
Yeah.
It's irreplaceable.
Right, and that's good. That's a good way to be. Like, I don't care what you think about it. I love this. Like when I tell once again the eternal Scotty and what's your favorite Maiden album? Power Slave. Why? Because it's the first one I bought. I took the bus home from school and listened to it on my
That's what it's
Walkman.
all about.
What's your
right?
second favorite? Seventh Son. Why? because I was graduating from high school. I remember going to all the shit. It's Number of the Beast. Listen, Number of the Beast, it passed me by because I was 11 when it came out. I didn't know Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
I didn't know Odyssey, Elder, Creatures, Lick It Up. I knew Animalize. That's where I got on board.
Yeah.
And then go backwards. So for me, when I say Crazy Nights is one of my favorites and people tell me, no, it's the shits, I'm like, fuck off, because to me it means more than you know.
Yeah.
Right?
And I see eye to eye with you right there, because I put this record on, no matter what we say in the track by track, breaking it down, whatever was going on with the band at the time, it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter.
I put on this record and I think of high school
Yes.
because my girlfriend loved the record, so every time she came over, I played it.
Right.
I go right back there, for better or for worse. You know, it doesn't matter which way it pulls me, it still has a connection in here. It doesn't matter.
Paul and I
That's why
talked
Kiss
about
Me.
this on the second podcast we did, where it's like music is magical. It takes you back to a place from the past. Once again, whenever I hear "Help Fight Hell to Hold You," I think about it. I honestly can remember, I'm in the cafeteria in Westwood Collegiate in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's 1987, and I'm writing a review for the high school paper that no one's going to read, talking about this song.
In David Lee Roth was on Jay Moore show,
right?
And he said at any given time you should have a song that you listen to, because in the future when you listen to that song, it becomes a portal into your past. And you become that person that you were when you listened to that song originally.
And he's playing this right now. I'm back at Vic and I'm walking down the hallway.
Right? Yeah.
Outside the library there.
Right.
Upstairs. That's where
I can even feel the weather, Lee. Like September, October, Winnipeg, the leaves are falling, it's starting to get brisk and cold. If we walked outside right now, it might be the same.
Pretty much, yeah.
And you can, like I said, like where else? Hypnotists and all that. Like you know, I don't need a hypnotist to take me back. Listen to this song, and I'm right
all you need.
there.
Yeah.
I'm right there, and I can even visualize. All I'm thinking right now as I hear this is Paul Stanley in the G string, because I remember. I'm not joking. Record, reading the back of the record and hearing this song, because you open the record, take the plastic off, put it on the turntable, put Crazy Nights on. It's 3 minutes and 12 seconds.
Right.
By the time that's done, I'm still reading the lyrics. So I'm reading the lyrics, because we used to do that. Lyric.
You'd
Thank
like
you,
open up the
endorsements,
gatefolds, right?
endorsements. Then I go to the back cover and I see Paul with the G string, and this song is on, because it's the second song, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Is that one with his his pink, like the hot pink guitar that he had?
No, this is from back in Crazy Nights, where he's got his G string pulled up to here.
Sorry.
And his hairy chest. You don't forget that stuff.
I was thinking of the R.I.P. Marks and Glickman guitar.
I'm Marks and Glickman.
Can I just read the little note that they left here at the end of the album?
Please. Let's do the final note.
It says, "And last and most importantly, we thank you, our fans and friends who have never let us down, and the women who always keep us out."
Nice.
But you know what? Here we are, 87, 97, 2007. 28 years later, and that's still the edict of Kiss.
Yeah.
Thank you to the fans, and we love chicks.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
Crazy Nights, 1987.
Crazy Nights.
2 thumbs up for me, man. And what an honor it was to be on Kiss Through Science Theater.
It's an honor to have you,
Dude,
brother.
seriously. You guys do some serious editing on this, but
We always do.
this, you know what? Here's the reason why it's cool. It's just 4 dudes talking about music.
Right?
You know what I mean? And we can make a show out of it or not. But the point is, this is what we do every night. Like when I have my really close friends, like I told you, last night in Calgary, my cousin Chad, my cousin Todd, my friend Speewee, we all put on Iron Maiden shirts and listened to the new Maiden record because we've seen every Maiden tour since 1985. So let's put on the Book of Souls and we're gonna listen to it and drinking and order pizza, and it's like that's what music is, like dudes hanging out and fucking just loving it.
Totally.
You know?
Awesome. Yeah.
Fucking
Whether you're a rock star or whether you're some regular dude,
are just a bunch of guys that like the same thing.
Right.
You know?
It's fucking...
Yeah,
it's Kiss.
it's pretty cool.
It's, you know, it brings us all together, right?
Yeah.
I think
Denim and leather. Put us all together. It was you who set the spirit free.
I did.
Hey.
It's actually pretty cool. That was like a 4-hour podcast.
Right?
My wife has asked if I can get a selfie with you.
Oh, sure. I think you said my wife has asked if I can move out of the house.
No.
My wife has asked me to just...
Okay.
My wife has asked me to
I'm
give
gonna
it
hit
up.
stop now. Now the really frightening thing would be is that if none of it recorded, but because
I can't tell you.
That is History Science Theater. Thank you so much for listening.
I wish I was in History Science Theater, man.
You are in
Hey, hold on a
History
second. Let me
Science
ask you
Theater.
before you shut off. Whose shoes are these?
those are my shoes.
I'm trying to put on Lee's shoes. And they don't fit, and I'm kind of mad about it. I'm like,
Jericho can't walk in my shoes.
We're gonna do all the markout stuff then.
Can't walk in Lee's shoes.
Hey, just when you thought it was the same, gonna show you where, gonna show you how. Don't stop it.
That's it for this episode of History Science Theater. Until next time, check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and come see us at historysciencetheater.blogspot.ca. For Des Shaw, Lee Conrad, and the entire KST family, this is Adam J. Smith.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
You wanted the best, you got the best. And if you want the hottest show on Montco Radio, join us in the Kiss Room. The Kiss Room is a monthly radio broadcast celebrating the hottest band in the world. Kiss! It's your place for all things Kiss and some... For broadcast dates and all information, go to thekissroom.com. The Kiss Room broadcasts live and worldwide on Montco Radio, where music and minds meet.
Hey everybody, I'm Cassius, host of the Cassius Morris Show, and I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the podcast. My show is kind of like the melting pot where all things collide. I've got musical content, including album roundtables and playlists of all different genres, solo shows about my personal life, and interviews with anybody you can imagine. I've had
Marty Friedman,
plus
Danko Jones,
and even
Brian Redband of Death Squad Studios, and the Joe Rogan Experience.
So if you want to check out the show, head over to thatreporterkid.com or look up Cassius Morris on iTunes.
All right, Kiss Army. Since 2007, you've been getting Podkissed, the Kiss audio fanzine for your ears.
That's right, it's your Podkissed. Every month, the Podkiss crew, along with the Kiss Room, brings you Kiss talk like no one else, whether it be roundtables, interviews with the band past and present, analysis, and great Kiss fun.
Hi, this is Jay Fraley, and you're listening to Podkiss.
Hi, this is Bruce Kulick, and you're listening to Podkiss.
The Podkissed, the Kiss audio fanzine for your ears.
How many lead singers does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
Just one. You just hang on and let the whole world revolve around.
That's so wrong. The term is LSD, which I'm sure you guys have heard. LSD, lead singer's disease.
Yes.
Yeah. All the greats have it. Axl's got it. Paul's got it. Bruce has got it. You know, whoever it may
Someone's
be has
knocking.
got it. This is the best. Now someone's knocking at the door, and we're gonna open right now. Shh.
Hello. It's 2 o'clock. Oh, sorry.
Hey, man.
Try to be quiet.
We'll
Okay.
do our best. Thank you very much.
All right, let me tell you a story.
Apologies.
This guy. Okay, we're not even talking about this motherfucker. Last time I stayed here was the biggest jack off ever.
Is that the same guy?
Same guy. Fucking asshole.
We're
not
cutting
even
all
talking
this.
about. Maybe we don't even have to cut it. You keep it in there. I don't care. Oh, listen. Yeah, listen. Here's the problem with Crazy Nights, and this is why I understand when people don't like it. It went from Crazy Nights, which is potential. Hell to Hold You, great. Bang Bang You, some people hate it. No, some people hate it. Hell or High Water, some people hate it. We're on a pretty bad swing right now.
We gotta knock at the door. We're getting raunchy here. We're too loud.
What are you gonna do? Kick us up, motherfucker. We'll go to some other hotel.
That's totally making the
We'll go to my room and fucking hang out there.
Yeah.
You guys understand that we're talking about crazy nights. It's been in the works for 6 months.
This shit is important, man.
It is. There is thousands, possibly tens of thousands of people who want to hear this. And if you don't do an edit, this is going to be your first 4-hour podcast.
Yeah. I'll just give you a last warning this time because it's out of the law and people are taking
What are you saying?
It's 4:30 in the morning, apparently.